I have a transformer. This is like the only transformer I have that's in my house right now. I got him in the lunch
figure.
and he's
That
in the
doesn't even
lunchbox.
transform.
Nope, he doesn't. You're right. He just
You
chills
know
on
what
my
that transforms into? That transforms into disappointment.
trash.
That's what that transforms into.
Transforms into trash.
It goes. Aw.
In a landfill.
Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian. Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute. Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff, like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me. Ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them.
And Jed Vargo. He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Did he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either. So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say, transform and roll out. And enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to episode 148 of the Blackout and Shout Show. This evening, we were joined by many special guests who will be joining us for the whole night, or coming and going, or popping in and popping out. And but unfortunately, Levy and I are stuck for the whole length of duration of it. Right, Levy?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Let's keep this train a-rolling. And to my diagonal, virtually, Mr. Levy Curry. Hey.
Hi.
Give Levy Curry a
Hi.
hand. Levy Curry
hello.
deserves
Hello.
a
Yes.
hand. Yes.
Yes, hello.
How are you
Wow,
doing
what
this
are we
evening? Levy.
Oh,
How you doing this evening?
Shit, I don't know.
You ain't got no legs, Levy.
Ice cream.
For the listeners at home, Josh is showing us on video right now a hand.
You a
See,
hand, Levy.
This is the reason why we mute you. This is why here I'm gonna have to mute you guys until you're ready to talk, and then you will be allowed to talk. Just like a bunch of fucking chimps in the fucking zoo. You are trained audience. That is it. I will hold the sign up that says applause, and that is all you will do. Now, Levy, you were saying,
Yes.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm okay.
Good. To my virtual loop-de-loop, Mr. Nathan Armstrong, how are you doing this evening? Nate, you may talk now, Nate.
I am delightful, and I am done.
Done and delightful. There's a song like that, isn't there?
If there is,
And to my virtual reach around, Mr. Josh Lawrence, everyone. Josh Lawrence, how are you doing this evening? Everyone,
I'm doing terrible now that you consider me a reach around.
Josh
Whoa.
Lawrence, everyone. Josh Lawrence.
This is me.
Boo!
It's just me.
Boo!
Boo this man.
Boo!
Boo this man.
Good. Well, let's get on with the show. But by the way, everyone, Mike Kincaid is not going to be joining this evening to your delight or your displeasure.
Chagrin.
He is busy. He is busy making another TikTok video. I
Music. TikTok videos.
That's all he does anymore. Plays softball, or kind of plays softball, and makes TikTok videos.
Mm.
And
It's
then
time on
pisses people
TikTok
off.
being
have you
whole thing about wanting to ban it again.
have any of you played softball in the last decade?
Do I look like I played softball in the last 30 years?
You could be a catcher. Levy.
Not with these fucking knees.
No, he's a catcher, all right.
Yes, he is.
Haha. If you know, you know.
I can't do. If you know. I can't do it anymore. Too old. Shoulders. So good for Mike getting out there, still doing it.
Let's start, Levy, since you announced earlier that you actually got shit.
Oh, shit, I gotta remember this shit now.
No,
Fuck.
not really. You don't have to.
Fuck, man.
What'd you get that's interesting? Let's just do that.
I got all my shit's interesting, Nate.
I think the
He's a
audience would
select-
beg to differ.
He's a selective collector.
Suck it, Josh.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Oh, no, you want this.
Gentlemen, don't make me mute you.
No. Okay, so I got my Mafex Homelander.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome
Is
figure. Yeah, he's pretty great. Then I also from BBTS I actually shipped my stash. So I got the Thalog from NECA. I got the McFarlane Toys DC Rebirth Multiverse Superman, or DC Multiverse Superman. It's basically just like Rebirth Superman. But then I took that one and remember like when McFarlane's first wave of DC figures came out, and it had like the regular Superman, the classic Superman, and then like you had Batman and a couple other figures and shit. So
no, but continue.
So I wasn't really thrilled. I wasn't really happy with that first wave Superman figure. First off, he had like single joint elbows, and he had one fist and one open hand, and it's just like, and I didn't like the design for the torso cut for the abdomen. But then he went and created a new mold for a Superman, or a new Superman sculpt, which was originally released as Bizarro. It had broader shoulders, had better articulation, double jointed elbows. But then he repainted that one as a Rebirth Superman. So I got that one. And then what I did was I kit bashed that one and the original one, where I just pulled them apart at the waist and then just switched legs. And so now I got a classic Superman with a much better sculpted and articulated upper body. So I'm happy with it. I also got McFarlane's, what's that?
Super customizer.
Yeah. I also got McFarlane's Spawn Cyborg figure, that cyborg gorilla, because I love gorillas. And then I got, says from Memory Toys, Mr. G, Prison King, which is basically a big gorilla in a prison jumpsuit.
Scale set?
That thing looks amazing.
It is pretty cool. I got it mostly because it made me think of King Gorilla from Venture Brothers. If you
Is
ever
it
watched
1/6?
that.
1/12?
No, it's 1/10 scale.
1/10.
So
What,
yeah.
like 7 and 10? What, it's a 10-inch?
no, it's like a 7-inch figure, not even a 7-inch.
7-inch. 7-inch. Okay.
It's probably closer to one. It's probably closer to 1/12 scale, but just like a big gorilla.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. I wish he could get into like the standard, like a gorilla's 4-leg pose where he's on his knuckles, because they gave him hands sculpted in that position where he like, with his knuckles out like that, so he can looks like he can stand on it, but he doesn't have the articulation in the hips to get into that position. So
Those are the door knocking hands.
yeah.
Well,
So
you could have him doing it like, could you get a like I have a little 1/12 table, so you could have him like put his knuckles down on the table and almost get there.
maybe, but I don't know. That's a bit more work than I really wanted to.
Yeah, but it
do.
looks cooler, right? Like you put a prop in there.
I suppose.
Maybe there's a shiv on the table, just for funsies.
Or a banana.
Yes.
Or both. Which will you go for?
You could either be a Mandalorian or a Jedi. Choose.
He's like, I could kill you with both.
Yes. So, but yeah, I think that's all I got then.
What was the thing you said before? It started with
What?
an F.
Baylog?
Yeah, what is
That's
that?
not. That's the evil Goliath clone from Gargoyles.
Oh, that's why I didn't know what it was, because I never watched Gargoyles.
You never watched Gargoyles?
Yeah, we do this like once every couple episodes. No, I haven't watched
Sinner.
them.
Sinner.
I'll have to.
I
One
started
day.
to rewatch it when you guys talked about it being on what is it, Amazon Prime?
Disney
it's on?
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay, so I started watching it, but only got a couple episodes in. Anyway, doesn't matter. I watched it in my childhood, but I don't remember it like you guys do.
It's such a great show. It really is. At least the first 2 seasons. You can skip the third.
Yeah.
Did you guys get anything interesting? Nate, Josh?
Nate, go first.
No, I didn't get anything. Right? Nothing released. You guys all got Outrider, but
No, I did not.
I decided to save $30 and got it from abroad.
What's Outrider?
Smart.
The
Fans Toys
Trailbreaker. Gantz Toys Trailbreaker. So nobody got it? Nobody has it.
Nope.
God damn it, gentlemen. That thing looks amazing. Josh, you just canceled yours, or?
I think you were gonna get it for me, but I told you I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what'd you get, Josh? Anything cool?
When was the last time I was on here?
Need to know all the stuff you got since then.
Well, I just don't remember if I said I got Fans Toys Hannibal.
Sorry.
That's an evil, maniacal laugh. I don't remember if I said I got Fans Toys Hannibal. I got Train Bots. This is why I couldn't get Outrider. I got the last 2 Train Bots from the Chosen Prime from the Moon Studio Train Bots.
Yeah.
To satisfy the itch, I got a wrestling figure. I got WWE Ultimate Edition Batista and The Fiend. And that's all I got.
Cool.
Jed, did you get anything?
I got a unopened mint and seal peeled Play Arts Final Fantasy VII shit. Now I can't remember what it's called. Arms. I think it's called Final Fantasy Arms, Play Art Arms. Basically, it's just like the extra weapons for like Cloud and Tifa and Yuffie and stuff. But I got it because it was like super cheap, and it was on Ami used, and it was AB is unopened type of thing, and it's like in mint condition. I'm gonna keep that sealed, put it on the side. Eventually keep that. Yeah, that's part of that's like one of those like side things that comes with like the figures of the original Play Arts line, like 10 years ago when that came out. Not the Play Arts Kai, which is the bigger scale. These were the 7-inch figures back then that Square Enix came out with. That's it, really. I reversed basically everything, so I canceled like all my other stuff, and I left all the Facebook groups, and I am no longer buying Transformers anymore. I'll buy other stuff, but other mecha stuff, but no more Transformers. Done.
You're finishing King Toys, right?
Oh, right, just Kang Toys, yeah. So I got the King Lion. He's on. I'm not sure what's going to ship. Some point soon, I'm assuming. And then I think just all that's left is just the Gorilla and is it Headstrong?
Yep.
Or whatever they call it. Yeah, so just those that are left. But now I wanted to get the aerial bots. Was it Dream Star?
Yeah. I thought you were going to get those.
Nah, it's just another 6-bot or 5-bot commitment. And I'm just like, I'm out. And I don't know if it's just because X-Transbots pissed me off and it kind of let me down after 5 years of waiting, or if it's just where it's like I've committed Transformers collecting Harry Carey, where I've reached the pinnacle, and now I've committed collecting Suicide and ended my spending on those type of toys. I think what it was is that I sat there and I transformed that thing, and I looked at it, and I was like, you know what? I didn't really enjoy this. I didn't enjoy transforming it. I didn't enjoy fucking posing it. Half the shit I didn't like about it. And I'm like, this is what I remember, like a lot of third-party stuff and even some of the official MP stuff. I was just like, it's just not exactly what I want. So I'm gonna focus on other stuff. Be very selective with my collecting.
I think I've kind of hit that same area that you're in right now, because I just finished the Moon Studio Train Bots, and I've just kind of felt very about collecting. Like,
well,
like nothing's really like wowing me to like I really got like I canceled a bunch of stuff too.
I'm not about collecting. It's like I'm just about transforming robots. Just doesn't just that the third party line just doesn't, I don't want anything. I don't want fucking trains. I don't want fucking, the character people are pushing out because I have no connection to them at all. Like all that fucking after season 3 shit. All that stuff. I don't have no connection to it at all.
What was it? I
was your-
canceled my Omnibots.
I pre-ordered Jetfire or Skyfire, the
There you
official,
go.
and then I saw the video of it, and I was just like, ugh, this looks fucking like an upscaled chug. I'm just like, ugh.
I beg to differ.
And the face was just fucking terrible, and I was just like, you know what? Nah, I'll just cancel that. I already got a Jetfire. I'm good.
So you put a paper bag over its head.
I need that money to put a paper bag over its head.
Love is just a light switch away. I mean,
Just an alt mode away.
just an alt mode away. You could be like Nate. And, he's doesn't have his headphones on. I gotta wait till Nate puts his headphones back on. Tell this joke.
I don't have the cameras turned on. We have to wait long.
Okay, you could be like Nate and just keep it in alt mode.
No, I'd rather buy the Valkyrie from Bandai and have that in alt mode.
We're still talking
There you
about MP Jetfire.
Beautiful thing.
So-
It's a beautiful
so
thing.
I'm
I'm gonna
out.
get it. It's gonna be fun. I'm sorry to
But-
hear that you're out. I'm also
In,
unfortunately out. My wife wants to hang out, which
Oh, cool.
sounds cool. We haven't done that in a while, so kids are asleep. We didn't think that was gonna happen, but
Good luck.
I love you, podcast world.
Good luck,
Everybody,
Nate.
just listen to the Blackout and Shout show whenever you get a chance. Just give it a good, deep, hard listen. I love you guys. Peace.
Love you too, Nate.
Bye, Nate.
Bye, Nick.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for
romp.
joining us.
But in hey, I picked up a awesome deal on Hot Toys news, Levy. I got the War Machine Hot Toys from Iron Man 2, used and brand new, $110.
Nice.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, man. Just watching that Ami used thing is the best. Oh, and I got that Captain America too. You weren't on that show when last time, right? Time before last, you weren't on
I
the show.
remember you telling me about it. It might have been in the group chat.
Yeah, I got the Captain America and a bunch of other, like, I got a Maz and Grizzy and some Soul Jigok and stuff, but that stuff's kind of cool.
What Captain America?
The Endgame Captain America.
So you don't physically have them yet, do you?
No, I have Captain America. I don't have
Okay.
War Machine. He's on the way with the rest of the monthly Ami shipment. But it's always nice to find those Hot Toys figures for less than the Play Arts Kai
Yeah.
price, and they're in perfect shape.
I didn't think you were going in on MCU Hot Toy stuff.
He is when they're like $110.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna get Spider-Man and Green Goblin, and then I had the Spider-Man with the Parker suit, Mark IV, and that Venomized Gwenpool type of chick, right? And that was gonna be it. But then I found all those Iron Men for like dirt ass cheap, and I was like, oh man, I get these. Are really neat. They're really nice. And I was like, oh, I get that. And then I said, oh, I really wanted a Captain America. Come to think of it, I'm like, that's only $130. I'm like, I will take that, thank you. So
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, that, like you told me, Josh, that those new Iron Man that they showed that are comic accurate for Hot Toys. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you should get that. You're like almost $400. I'll
Yeah.
wait 3 years and pick them up for $120. So I'm gonna pay. I don't be that type of collector for those things. Anyway, so you guys want to move on to the news? I don't have much at all, actually.
Sure.
Sure.
Nobody died that was related to any like pop culture thing. That I know the closest thing probably would be Tony Saragusa. He died,
Mhm.
but not everybody watches football.
Oh,
But
Tim Sale. Did you guys talk about that already?
yes, that was last
Yeah, I
show we
mentioned it.
talked about.
Yeah, he mentioned
Okay.
it. I said that to him last time.
Yeah, dude, that was
That was like breaking news.
yeah.
That was on the same day we recorded 2 weeks ago. But yeah, nothing else. Nobody else that that was kind of specific to this type of genre of chat that we have. So unless you guys can think of anybody, I can't think of anybody else.
Let's see here. So,
Did you get like a link?
the founder of Hell's Angels passed away. Sonny
I saw
Barber.
that too. Yeah, I saw that too. He was in one of the Sons of Anarchy one of the Sons of Anarchy episodes. That's about it. Trailers? Move on to the trailers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're moving right along, aren't we?
Yeah. Why not? So let's talk about since everyone loves Harley Quinn.
Oh, absolutely.
What you guys think?
I'm
Excited?
very, very psyched for the new season. I think the show's fantastic. So,
Josh, you watched that, right?
I watched it. I'm caught up. I even read the 6-issue miniseries comic that just finished up.
Oh.
It's called Harley Quinn.
And how is that compared to the show?
Oh, it's like the exact same thing. It's great. I don't think there's not really that much swearing, but there is like it continues off after season 2. It's called the Eat Bang Kill Tour. And
Do you know
it's
what?
Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy going cross country and getting into mischief.
Is there still a Comics Code Authority? Or is that over?
I have no idea. I think there is. There's got to be for Marvel and DC because I think that's why DC created the Black Label was to get a little bit more adult themes out there. So like you have your normal DC stuff and then you have your Black Label. I mean, you still have independent, like, your Dark Horse, your Image, Aftershock, all these other independent things that can get away with pretty much everything. I don't think Marvel does anything too raunchy.
It's been so long since I actually bought like a physical comic because they're like, $5 a piece now or more.
Yeah.
But do they still do like mail order things where they ship an issue to your house? Or do you have to always go to a store or like a direct, reseller?
I think thanks to like Marvel Unlimited and whatever DC uses for their comics, that's kind of gotten rid of the whole mailing to your house thing. And people just either do digital or they go to like their local comic book store or Walmart in some cases. So
you can't subscribe like a bunch of books and have them to your house specifically anymore.
I don't know, honestly.
Me neither. I figure I asked the guy who works at the comic book store, but he might know.
Yeah, because people come to my store to pick up their books.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I don't know, man, because I remember seeing like those old mail orders at the back of books, like back in like the 80s and 90s and everything, and you don't see that anymore.
I mean, not so much that, but there was a few years ago we talked about it. I can't remember the name of the distributor, but they distributed like Marvel, DC, or whatever, and then they went under, I think.
No. You're thinking Diamond Select or Diamond?
Yeah, Diamond. Yeah, what happened with that?
They still
They lost the contract.
They lost the contract to Marvel and DC.
Right.
And they're slowly losing independent.
Okay. But they distributed stuff to consumers, right? Or was it to shops only?
No, they did to consumers and everything. But now,
so maybe it was right around then when it stopped, when they lost the license.
Yeah, that was
maybe.
like right around the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Anyway, I digress.
Back to the trailer of Harley Quinn. I'm excited. I thought the first 2 seasons were hilarious and great. I think Kelly Cuoco is a great Harley Quinn.
Yes. And Lake Bell is just awesome as Poison Ivy.
It's great.
I became a fan of her when I watched that TV show Surface. She was on.
Oh yeah,
she's a good actress too.
Lake Bell. Yeah, I was a fan of hers watching Children's Hospital.
I don't know what that is.
It was this. Was it called
on Adult Swim? It was actually, I think, it was a live action show on Adult Swim.
It was, and it was hilarious. It was a spoof on like doctor shows. They're like 15-minute episodes. God, who else besides Lake Bell was on it?
I know. I never watched it. I've never actually watched anything with her in it in live action.
Surface was good. It was like it was a nice sci-fi thing. It was kind of like a Pacific Rim thing where she was a scientist and there was a couple other people. They were like creatures coming out of the ocean, and they were like trying to figure out what the hell was going on. There was like a crack in the mantle, and it was like one of those type of it was like right around the same time like Invasion was on TV and Surface and that TV that they tried like sci-fi on like mainstream like CBS and NBC, and then everybody didn't like it or didn't make enough money, so they would cancel those shows after like one season. That type of stuff. Back when the Sci-Fi Channel decided to play more wrestling instead of sci-fi. It was terrible.
I see how well that worked out for him.
Anyway, it was a good show. But yeah, season 3 Harley Quinn looks awesome. So I included this trailer called "See How They Run" because it kind of reminds me of like the what the hell is that called? The movie was something Knives Out. Knives Out.
Knives Out. Yeah.
Give me like the whodunit type of funny, dark comedy-ish type of thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I thought it looked funny. I like those kinds of movies. Knives Out was a fantastic movie. I like Saoirse Ronan. So and Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell's fantastic. So I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably try to watch that then, just for him.
No Adrian Brody fan.
Hey, Adrian Brody's fine. I mean, he's no Sam Rockwell.
This is true. Josh, any opinion about this?
I did not watch the trailer.
All right, we'll
Sorry.
fuck off then. Return to Monkey Island. You don't have time to watch it right now. It's a show. We are recording. We are on schedule. We don't pause for a minute and a half.
I never played the original Monkey Island game, so I'm not really nostalgic for this one. So it looks amusing. April said she liked the animation.
What? So yeah, so here's the thing that happened recently is that they provide like some screenshots and stuff like that. The creator and the old games, of course, were like all pixel based, Scum Engine, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And everyone, like, once they posted this, type of stylized look up on Twitter, everyone was like, "Oh, it's like awesome. I love it." And then the internet happened. And they were just all complaining, and they're like, "Oh, it's not pixelated, it's not pixel art, and it looks like shit." One person said it looked like Flash animation, and then
it actually kind of did a little bit, but
it has that style.
Nothing wrong with it.
It has that paper. I forget what they call that.
Papercraft.
Is it papercraft?
I don't know.
It's like I don't know, something. Anyway, it's this type of style. Kubo and the 4 strings, 5 strings, or something like that.
Kubo and the 2 strings.
2 strings. That's it. Kind of had that same sort of style. Anyway, I like it. I think it looks good. But everyone complained about it, and they're like, "Oh, it looks terrible. Looks like shit." So I forget the creator's name, but he basically he's like, "Oh, full fuck you then." He's like, "I'm not going to share any more stuff until it comes out." He's like, "This is the way we want him to do it, and it's going to be better." So he's just tired of. I think it's like one of those things where I think when you're a game developer and you're used to the internet being the way it is, you're just like, fuck off then. I'm just gonna put it out, and you buy it if you. How did he say it? If you want to ride a roller coaster and have fun like for everybody else, that's fine. But if you want to stomp and clutch your fist and walk out of the amusement park, then go ahead and do that too. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Fuck people, man. People are just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Dumb internet.
Yep.
So that's it with the trailers. Let's move on to
Are we going to talk about The Boys and the best episode on modern TV era called Herogasm?
Truth be told, I think this week's episode is better than Herogasm.
I have not watched this week's episode yet.
I thought it was actually really well done.
Herogasm?
I thought it was this last one that just came out.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? Mindstorm? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Mindstorm, yeah. It was edited well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's as much as I say about that, but
yeah. I don't want to spoil it for you, Josh.
Yeah. Herogasm was a great episode. Before this week, I think Herogasm was probably one of my favorite episodes of the series, but I think the actual Herogasm that they were promoting, like, for the previous week or whatever, I think it was a bit overhyped because I really didn't see anything in it that was any more shocking than anything else I've ever seen in a show.
Right.
In fact, the first episode was more shocking to me than this one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree.
I think the first episode was more shocking to you just because the fact that you were not expecting that kind of blood and gore and stuff from this show. But now that this is what, season 3? I think now we're kind of used to it.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the first episode of the series. I'm talking about first episode of season 3.
Oh, with Termite?
Yeah, I thought that was more shocking than Herogasm.
That was the best.
It was great. It was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I watched that, I was like out of my seat because that shit was just like crazy, man.
Yeah.
But like the Herogasm scene, I mean, it was kind of like it's kind of what I expected out of the boys, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was overhyped. I think it was just the amount of people having sex, doing drugs.
It was a long sequence.
Yeah, I think that's what I think Amazon was scared of when they announced they're going to do this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Deep having sex with an octopus. And what was it?
Oh, Homelander's going to love this.
Yes. And what was it? Mother's Milk getting a complete bath in human fluid.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say, lick it up, brown bear.
Yeah.
I'm throwing ropes.
I think this season of The Boys and this season of Stranger Things are probably the strongest seasons from both of those series, respectively.
Oh,
Because I just watched episode 8 of Stranger Things.
Yep, I did too.
Oh my god. I have not watched episode 9 yet.
I did not.
Really good.
I haven't watched either one. Are they? They're long though, right? They're like hour and a half each, aren't they?
Well, no, this one's episode 8 is an hour and a half, but I heard that episode 9 is like 2.5 hours.
That's what I heard too.
I didn't actually look at the runtime for episode 9 yet, but I heard it was 2.5 hours.
Levy, what's that song? That 80s like song, female singer song that you said gets you pumped?
Oh, Holding Out for a Hero
Yes.
by Bonnie Tyler.
A strong contender for that, I think, would be Journey. What's that song by Journey? Someday Love Will Find You, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Separate ways, especially in this episode of Stranger Things. That's all I'm going to say about it, Jed. So I'm not going to spoil it for you.
All right. Well, that's good.
Like, I finished watching this episode of Stranger Things, and I'm like pumped, and I'm like, I really want to watch the second episode, but I'll go talk to the guys on Blackout and Shout first. I'll get to it this weekend.
Yeah.
Levy, did you try watching Star Trek yet?
No. Strange New Worlds?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I hear it's good.
It's really good.
So I hear they went back to their roots. So
Yes.
that's all I wanted for Star Trek.
It's really good.
So yeah, it definitely sounds like it's in my wheelhouse. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
You should watch it. It's definitely
I plan on it.
There's a couple of episodes that I like, you know, it kind of gives you that by the numbers type of feeling. Like, oh, you know, they're doing this, and then they're going to beam down, and they're going to find this, and they're that. And then it kind of gives you like a completely different story at one, you know, it's not so much a twist. It's just that
it subverts expectations.
They go a different direction in the story, and you're like, oh, I thought it would just been like a, you know, normal humdrum type of thing, and it's not. It's like they set it up like that, and then like it subverts your expectation and to believing that, and then they give you the real story, and you're like, oh, well, that's much more interesting, you know, type of thing. And there's a few episodes that are, there's like maybe 1 or 2 filler episodes that I've seen so far but it's still interesting because it's very character driven. You know, it's like very focusing very much on like one specific type of character. But I was wrong before. It's not Kirk's dad that's on it. It's Kirk's brother.
Oh,
that on the ship.
Oh, okay.
He was like in one of the classic episodes of Enterprise. He was like dead. It was like the only thing I remember most about that one is like it was like the creatures were like they look flying fucking pigs, and they like latch on and fucking kill you and shit. But he had a mustache, like the, you know, the 70s porn stash. But it's good. Just watch it. What's the other thing I've been watching? Oh, I've been watching the Orville. That's like set. Like the first 2 seasons or whatever were like really kind of, they're like funny. It was very more comedic, focused.
Yeah.
This is actually like this third season. They're trying to be serious, like a serious Star Trek like show, and it's actually pretty good. I've been surprised.
Yeah,
that they're kind of pulling that off.
Yeah, no, I heard a lot of good things about the Orville. I watched like the first episode of that show. Never went back to it. Not because I didn't like it or nothing. It's just other things had my attention at the time, and I just never got back to it. But
very, very Next Generation themed.
Yeah, and like I heard people saying that this show was more Trek than the current Trek when the show was originally coming out. Yeah, and so a lot of people were really liking it because of that. So good on them, And I think that might be a reason why they went the direction they did with Strange New Worlds, is because of the competition from the show. So
probably, yeah. You have like Discovery that's doing the whole future, thing, and then they have this, Discovery is like very,
very classic.
Yes, Trek. And it's good, and it's really good, and it's acted really well.
Yeah.
And there's just enough like little bit of bits of mystery in it that they don't reveal at all that keeps you thinking about stuff. Like one of the officers' last name is Noonien Singh.
Oh, really?
And you're like, well, and she like says like at one point she's like, it's kind of hard growing up with this last name, and then it kind of doesn't. They she like there was one part where it gets really. What's that?
In Strange New Worlds, there's a character named Noonien Singh.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Orville.
I was gonna say, how does that work though? Because in that timeline, they wouldn't have encountered Khan yet.
Well, he was still dictators that tried to take over the world back in the.
Yeah, okay, yeah, from the eugenics wars from the 90s,
right?
Correct. In the original, from the classic series, right. Yeah, okay, I get you. So they haven't actually encountered Khan yet, but they're just talking because, like, I guess he's a historical figure.
Correct. It's I guess it would be like
that makes sense. That makes sense.
It would be like having the last name Hitler, I guess.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. One of the things though that was really interesting was in the classic series, the eugenics wars was like an overt war, right? That took place like in the 90s. However, when Star Trek Voyager came around, they went back in time to the 90s, and there was no war happening. So they had to retcon the eugenics wars to be this like secret war that was happening behind the scenes. It wasn't like an overt conflict, right? So I thought that was kind of interesting how they had to retcon that. But
they mention it, but they don't go into it. So like I said, they just kind of give you just a little bit of a taste of it, and like that there's more there to it, but they don't ever go back to it much. But it's cool because she was like, as a kid, she was a prisoner on a Gorn birthing planet.
Oh, the fucking Gorn!
But they made the Gorn into like kind of like a xenomorph type of thing, like an alien. Okay. Type of thing. There's like there's the first hatched type of version, and then there's like more of a kind of like a adolescent.
Yeah,
it's kind of more like animals, kind of like a reptile thing from Mortal Kombat type of look. And then there's the adult. The adult has like you haven't seen it yet, but it's basically they bring like they just capture and bring people there, and they drop them off on like this planet, and then they get infected with eggs, and then they're food for like their it gets really really dark. It's pretty cool. So but yeah, there's that. They kind of there's been a couple episodes with that, and it's been, like I said, the story is really cool because they just touch on a little bit, and like, oh, you remember the Gorn, right? And you think back and like, oh yeah, I remember the whole Kirk thing.
That was that corny episode
like,
where Kirk fought a dude in a rubber suit.
Right. Right. Was that Nevada or something? I remember Bill and Ted going there. Bill and Ted went there in the second movie.
Yeah.
But no, it's really it's really well written. Really well written.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite shows that's been out.
All right.
But Josh, you been watching anything else?
I too. I've only watched the first episode of this season of the Orville, and I was very surprised by it, only because the episode title and the fact of what they said, the overall story in the episode was just like, I can't believe they went this route with this, because it was
it's a suicide thing.
Yeah, it's a robot committing suicide. A robot with no human emotions whatsoever, only thinking logically. And essentially at the end of the episode, he's having a therapy session without even realizing it.
Yeah, it sets the tone, I think, for the whole season, because they're trying to be very serious.
Yeah,
with their stories.
Which I think it may hurt them, because the Orville. Well, I mean, the Orville was supposed to be like a funny version of Star Trek, and I think taking it down a serious route, like I said, could hurt it, because people are expecting humor. And I haven't watched any other episodes, but I kind of hope they take a serious turn to it, but also keep some of the sense of humor like the previous seasons.
And they do. They do.
Okay.
It's just they're more focused on serious stories than parody,
which I'm fine with. I just don't want it to ruin the overall show.
It didn't. It matured it.
Okay.
That's what it did.
What else did I really want?
It's like you're in like high school and you're like, hey, look at this. I can run into this locker head first and not hurt myself. Isn't that funny? To being a more mature type of humor, that's I think the progression that it's done.
Watch Stranger Things, watch The Boys, watch Orville. Jesus, man, there's a lot of fucking shit on TV.
Levy, have you been watching Marvel?
Is Marvel? Yes, I have been.
That's what I was going to talk about.
What do you think about it?
I think it's a great show. I'm really enjoying it.
I am too, and I am not a 14-year-old girl, and I think it's really done well.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be to enjoy the show. It's
no.
I think it's I think it's doing a good job with telling the story that they want to tell. And I also like the way they're portraying the Muslim religion.
Yeah.
And the Muslim culture.
You put your racism and your masculinity to the side, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But if you have either one of those, then you're not going to like it at all. So don't watch it if you're racist.
Speaking of racism, did anybody finish Obi-Wan yet?
No, I haven't watched the show at all.
Oh, okay.
That's another one that was put on the back burner. So
yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it until I had a conversation with the manager at the comic book store, and he threw out every single plot hole, and I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
At least it was 6 episodes.
Yes.
I think I got a little worried, but at least it paid off in the end.
Yes, it did. And do you know if they're going to do a second season?
There was rumors of it, but the creator and I forget who the producer is. They said that they had no plans to do a second season. There was nothing written. They just focused on this little mini series, and then that's it. But depending upon fan response, and probably how much money they make on the toys, it's probably whether they're going to do another season or not. Yeah. There's 9 other Star Wars shows to come out, so if Obi-Wan does come out, it'll be in a few years.
There's 9?
Yeah, something like that.
Andor, Mandalorian season 3, Ahsoka, and what else am I missing?
Oh, let me pull it up. It's been a while.
Since we're on Star Wars, Jed, Levy, did you guys watch Star Wars Visions?
No.
Yes. Oh, I love that. It's my favorite.
You remember the episode where it was like a feudal Japan kind of thing? Mm-hmm. It was like I think it was black and white.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. It was. It's called. Is that Soji? Soji style? I think it's called Soji style.
Yeah, they're making a comic based off of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I just read the preview for it's
Not a manga?
No, it's a Marvel
It's not a
comic.
manga? Hmm.
No, it's a Marvel
That
comic.
sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's let's see, is it 3, 6? I'm sorry, 8, not 9. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, The Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, another season of Visions, and Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures.
That's a lot of fucking Star Wars.
There might be even like a Skeleton Crew, Acolyte, maybe a Lando series.
As long as
Yeah,
Donald
there's
Glover does Lando.
There, someone came up, someone posted in a comment, and I forget where it was. I don't know if it was in a YouTube video or if it was on Facebook or something. But someone said they need to get Billy sitting around a table playing cards, and he's just talking about some one adventure that he had, and then that's when they flash back, and it's Donald Glover is playing him, and then
someone
halfway.
I know, so I can say something about that too.
Is that what this? Yeah, that's a good concept. I like that idea. Like a young,
cool.
Young Indiana Jones Chronicles or something like that. Whatever that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of Star Wars coming out. We're gonna milk that cow for all it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget they paid a lot of money for that franchise. They're gonna try to make
I heard something about. I heard rumors about Cal Kestis getting his own series.
Who?
There's just random people they don't know.
Cal Kestis. He's the main character from Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh,
played by the guy that played the Joker in Gotham.
Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole. I think that's at the Acolyte. That might be the Acolyte one. I don't know. The second game's coming out.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they wouldn't milk that part of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of manga, sorry, go ahead, Jed.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so you'll get a kick out of this. There's a second volume of Deadpool Samurai, which is a Marvel. It's Deadpool, but in a manga style, and there's a panel or two where Deadpool interacts with All Might. It's fucking hilarious.
Someone edited in Deadpool in the Doctor Strange movie as part of the Illuminati. It's pretty funny. I'll have to send you guys that link then.
Okay.
So Levy, what you've been playing any games, video games?
Yeah, actually, the Steam Summer Sale is going on right now until July 7th. So I ended up picking. I bought DNF Duel, which wasn't on sale because it's a new release game. It actually just came out this past Tuesday. But it's a new fighting game by Arc System Works, the same people who made Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
And Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle, those games.
They did Dragon Ball Z, right?
They developed it and it was published by Bandai Namco, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they use the same 3D cell shading technology that they used for Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball, where where the characters look like 2D sprites, but they're actually 3D models, and they're just so perfectly cell shaded that you're almost unable to tell the difference.
NPR, it's called.
Is that what it's called?
Non-photorealistic, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that way, even though it looks 2D, they can spin the camera around and whatnot for dramatic camera angles during super animations and shit like that. So, but it's based on it's called DNF Duel. It's based on a game called Dungeon Fighter Online, which has been around I think since 2005 maybe. It's a free to play online beat 'em up hack and slash type game where you choose a character and you build them up and level them up and stuff like that, and then you can go down different class trees and whatnot. So you have a base class, and as you level up, you can choose to go down different class trees to branch into a different class specialization and stuff. And so it's I've never played Dungeon Fighter Online. But that's what it's called in America. In Korea, it's called Dungeon and Fighter. And that's where the DNF comes from. So the fighting game, they didn't bother localizing the name for the fighting game. So it's just called DNF Duel here in America. But it's really cool. I haven't been this excited for a fighting game in a long time, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Awesome.
So, and then I also, in the Steam Summer Sale, I picked up Lego Builder, I think it's called. It's like a Lego puzzle game. But then they recently added a creative mode where you can free build stuff using like curated bricks and whatnot. So, but it looks cool, and it also has a ray tracing, so everything like looks absolutely gorgeous.
Right.
And then I also picked up a game called Project Zomboid, which is actually really, really cool. It's a zombie survival game, but it's not like it's not like first person shooter or anything like that. It's a third person isometric view, kind of similar to like Diablo or Populous and any of those older games, you know. And you have to survive. Like you spawn in with like literally nothing, and you have to scrounge for supplies. You have to keep track of your hunger, your thirst, your exhaustion. You have skills that you can build up, through practice and use, or reading skill books and whatnot. So
sounds like a upgraded version of Gauntlet.
Well,
the wizard shot the food.
No. Well, yeah, no. This is like a really in-depth survival game, though.
Right.
Right. But it's really neat. There's a lot of stuff that they took into account, with the game, and it's very complex, and it's a lot of fun. So
cool. I'm still hoping one day that you'll play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. I just like I don't have the stuff set up for linking my headset up through Steam VR. I gotta set that all up again, and I kind of forgot how to do it. So I gotta sit back down and relearn how to set that all up. So because I've been wanting to play Project Wingman in virtual reality too.
You're funny that you were just talking about DNF Duel. I just got a notification that somebody ripped the shaders from the game, and they have a Unity version of it. That's pretty cool.
What do you mean a Unity version?
Unity's the engine, like Unreal.
Oh, okay.
Someone made that's kind of cool. I have to check that out.
So, like, what is that going to allow you to do then?
Well, it's like you know how the Unreal Engine works, right?
Not really, but I know of it. I know it's a game engine.
So let's say, for example, I make an animation in Blender, and then I want to, I want it to be produced into a video. So I have to render it, and it takes time to render everything, right? Sure. Well, with things like Unity or Unreal, it's real time, rendering, and then you have your ray tracing and everything like that. So when you take models and shaders and stuff like that, and you put it into these engines, it's kind of the same way you're putting it into a 3D modeling engine, except that now you can just do it in real time. So you can animate what you want, and then just export it or a game engine you want. But that's pretty cool. So this guy, he actually did a lot of that stuff into Blender too.
So what does that then allow you to do? It allows you to use the character models in animations, or does it allow you to just play the game, or what?
No, it lets you take the character models and use them in animations, or just study the way that Arc System Works actually created those models and shaders and stuff, which is what a lot of people did the first time around when Guilty Gear came out. What was it? XRD, I think, is when they did that.
XRD.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, that's like it's the rapture of 3D NPR." And then everyone studied that, and they were like, "Hey, we can do it this way, or we can make it better." And it just innovated all these animators for this. We can still do 2D animations in 3D and not have to worry about drawing it. So yeah, that's cool, awesome,
outstanding.
Their new PAT textures, PAT. What's up, the machine? How are you?
What up, man?
Hey. What is with that background you got going on, man?
I don't know. I just found it and I just took it on. Here, I'll turn it off.
Fancy's got green screen shit going on.
I know, right? Except for half his head is cut off.
Yeah, it's part of the Discord. Here, let me turn it off. Let's see how that works. See, there's nothing behind me. It's just living room over here. Yeah.
How are you this evening, Mr. Bill?
I'm good. Went and looked at some pickup trucks today. Got home, threw the kids in bed, ate my dinner. I'm talking to you guys.
What an eventful day.
And sit in a room without air conditioning, but it's okay. I'll be all right. And there's air conditioning in this room. If you walk like through this doorway, it's cold. You come over here, it's warm. So
Who's in the kitchen?
Keep yelling at my wife to stop using the dryer.
It's my father-in-law. Yeah, we're in a house in Bangor. It's got a 3-bedroom house.
Bangor? I don't even know her.
Oh,
I know, man. I know, man.
that is.
God.
Yeah, I learned that when
like
we first got up here, and Lisa and I went out to dinner with Mike and Vanessa, and that was the first thing Vanessa said. I was saying, I was calling it Bang, and she was like, "No, it's Banger," and then she was like, "I barely knew her." Yeah,
That's like the
It's like an obligation, really.
Yeah.
it's like the
Everything.
yeah. Now I'm saying
Turner front and shoe
Yeah,
joke. You know that one, Levy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
That belongs in the wah 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 wah
Belongs in a museum.
category.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still learning the customs and everything, and learning all the little quirks. So yeah, it's all good, man. But it's definitely not Florida, which is nice. So, yeah. We closed in the house yesterday, so I'm ecstatic.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man. I just sent my check, the biggest check I've ever seen in person, to the bank to be deposited. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Good deal.
No one wants to hear about your successful life.
all I do is I moved here. All I did is I yeah.
Jared wasn't here when we're talking about eating ramen and having $1 in one crab leg.
Called from Family Guy. Oh, it's good to own land. That's basically it, man. If you have property, you sell it and make some money. So, yeah. So, I missed anything, or are you guys just sitting around BSing?
We waited for you to start the show yet.
Oh, you've been waiting. Okay, very good.
We're almost done, actually. We were just talking about what talking about what Levy got for video game wise.
Oh,
stuff.
I started playing. I started playing Lego Star Wars, the new one, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
I played like a level, and I stopped. They redid all the levels from the older games, and it's all fresh. And
what's the latest one? Is it that the Skywalker saga?
Yeah, so it's all the movies, episodes 1 through 9.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they have like Mandalorian and like Rogue One stuff. I don't know yet, but I know there's like downloadable content you can buy, like characters.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's actual like side levels. So
Give it time. There'll be some DLC with all the Star Wars spin-offs and all the shows coming out and everything.
Yeah, I just started with episode 4. I played the level where Leia runs out of the ship, gives the droids the plans, and then it went right into the little like in between level. I thought it was amazing. I like the way they changed it. Instead of you like being over top of the character, you can actually do almost like a first person shooting mode, and so they kind of changed some of the aspects of the game in that way. But it's still Legos. It's still a little fun, quirky game just to relax and play. So yeah. Anyway, good stuff.
Did you get anything this week?
Oh yeah. Let's see. I got a whole bunch of crap. I got my Michael Keaton 1/4 scale Batman that came earlier in the week. I just got my Zeta Gabaticons. I just got another FT rig. I ordered 2 because I thought the one guy was going to send it to me, and he actually came through and sent the figure to me. So brother Kyle's going to buy that off me. And then I got pretty much the entire McFarlane 6-inch The Batman wave. I got all of those. They all showed up from BBTS because they've been sitting in my pile of loot for 6 months. So they finally hit me up and are like, we got to ship this to you. So I'm like, okay. And so I got all those figures. There's like, Catwoman, Penguin. Then I got the Batman with it, without his cowl, with the cowl. I got the drifter one. I got the motorcycles, all that stuff. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. Got a couple other things. I'm trying to think what else I got. Nothing really major. I'm just looking for pickup trucks. So that's kind of taking over all my action figure fun. So yeah, but I just been paying for the figures that have been coming out on TCP. I got like 12 figures in my stash, so it's gonna keep growing.
Still haven't pulled the trigger on the rest of the train bots, have you?
Oh yeah, they're in there. The ones that have been coming out, they're in my stash and waiting for me. Let me see.
It is nice to know someone else besides myself and Mike are in on the train bots.
Oh yeah, I'm all in. Like I actually got a notification from Amazon Japan. They're like, "Hey, your card didn't go through," and I knew it wasn't going to, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
So I just canceled it. I was like, "You can cancel it." It was like, "Cancel," and I'm not getting the card once because they're just not worth it. So, but yeah. But no, I'm definitely going to get the Zeta. I'm getting the Moon Studio ones. I think Zeta is going to come out with. I'm going to get their combiners just because they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got that Superion, man, and that thing is solid as it's solid. But I think I haven't combined the train bots yet. But
yeah,
fully. I did the torso and legs, and that thing was dead solid. And
yeah,
I can't wait to combine and put the arms together and everything, and have them standing next to Superion and everything.
Yeah, I unboxed mine in Florida, and I built the shelf for it, and I had them up there with XTP's Motormaster, the Decepticons, and so I opened it just to put it back in the box again. That was like 3 months before we like, oh, we're moving. So, but let me see I'll tell you how many figures I got in my TCP stash, because the TCP stash are going to force me to ship in August. So that's going to be a giant box. This is what I have. I got a Nightbird. I got Hannibal, which is the Cerebros, Red Buzzer. I got an upgrade kit for the movie Prime from the Bumblebee movie. What else do I got? Got Chomp in there, and then I got I got 4 all the train bots are in there. I had the first 2, and the other 4 are in my stash. And then Outrider, he just jumped in there a couple, when it came out a while ago. So, yeah. And then if the XTP bots that TCP sent us, if that's legit, I have to pay all 9 of them. I think it was KFC, Junkions, and a couple XTP bots. So I'm getting it. I'm going to get attacked on that. So
yeah, that's a lot. X-Train bots just dumped everything.
Yeah,
not everything.
Is that actually like legit? Like that? Like they're actually going to be due?
I think someone in the chat said it was a misinformation or something like it was they sent the email too far ahead. I think it's next month, maybe.
That's fine. Because I was like, I'll believe it when like TCP hits me up with like an invoice or something.
Yeah.
So
you lose the other 2. Where are they at?
This we don't collect transfer podcast. Sorry, but
because you stopped doesn't mean we stopped.
But we got to get rid of this. Cut the fat here. Focus on what's important.
This guy. I have a transformer. This is like this is like the only transformer I have that's in my house right now. And I got him in the lunch
figure.
And he's
that
in the
doesn't even transform.
Nope, he doesn't. You're right.
You have a.
He just chilled.
You know what transforms into? That transforms into disappointment.
Trash.
That's what that transforms into.
Transforms into trash.
It goes. Aw.
Yep. In a landfill. Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. I just bought it for the lunchbox. It has a metal lunchbox that comes in.
Right.
That's the only reason I bought the thing. And I was like, oh, it came in Megatron. Okay. And it has a Duke. I have Duke from G.I. Joe. He fell off the back of my desk, so he's not important.
Oh.
So
Did you back the Hiss tank?
No, I'm not a G.I. Joe guy. I like G.I. Joe. I enjoy it as a fan, a casual fan, but I'm too deep in too many rabbit holes. So I don't need to be messing with G.I. Joe. I got the Megatron tank. Is that what you're referring to? Or the new one?
No, the HasLab.
Okay. So whatever the Megatron one was, I'm getting that, but I'm not doing that. No, thank you.
Oh, you're not going to get that Bumblebee, are you?
What Bumblebee?
The Bumblebee that turns into the Jeep. Not the Jeep.
Is it cheap?
It's not a Jeep.
Yeah,
It's
Joe?
Doom Buggy.
Probably not. I'm getting the Robosyn Prime. I'm getting that as soon as some money appears in my account from.
You going to get
my
the
house.
trailer? You going to get the trailer too?
Yes, I am.
Jesus.
It's
like $1,000 right there.
So here's why I'm getting it. I went to tell the story. I went to dinner with Mike and Vanessa when we first got up here. We got up here on like a Monday, Tuesday, and then on Thursday night we went over to their place, hung out, went to dinner, came back. It was like midnight. Mike's like, "Hey, let's go down the Transformer room." I'm like, cool. Go down there. We're screwing around. Lisa's down there with me. We're all looking, and then he pulls out Optimus off the shelf, Transformers on the floor, and I'm like, and my wife just went, "You're getting it." She didn't even like ask me. She was like, "You're gonna get this. I know it." And I was like, "You know how much it is?" And she's like, "You're just gonna get it." Okay, cool. And then Mike's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna get the trailer." I was like, "I'll get it and I'll bring it over. You can use it." And he's like, "Okay." So it all works out. It all works out. And then I flew.
Plenty of time
And then
to save for the kids' college fund.
Yeah, right. So 12:30, we leave his place. I was supposed to wake up at 4 a.m. to fly back to Florida, and we woke up at like 5, but we still made it. It was all good. It's all good. I made it home. I made it back to Florida, and then I drove back. But yeah, that was a fun trip. So, So that was it's partly Mike's fault, but at the same time, I was going to get it. I just didn't know when. So now I got the okay from the boss. So, yeah.
So Mike is the instigator.
Well, he just pushed it along. I was on a slow train. He just hit the gas. So, yeah. And I bought his. I forgot about this. I bought his Apache off him. So I now have 2 Apaches. I'm probably going to put one in alt mode, and then I'll have the one in bot mode. I'll maybe switch them around, like helicopter mode and then car mode, stuff like that. Or if I get real ballsy and someone else is selling one for cheap, I'll get a third one and then I'll have it on different things. But that's only if, I catch a deal. I'm not really hunting for that. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Levy, you want to do... sorry. Sure.
Oh, cool. I was just saying I got another storage unit. I got a storage unit for my Camaro. And now all my new purchasables go in there because my other unit is filled with all our household goods and my garage items, my lawnmower, shit like that.
Put in the back seat, in the trunk, the passenger seat.
Yeah, I lucked out and got another 10 by 25. And the Camaro is only 19 feet long, so I have an extra 6 feet. Right. Stuff right back there. Actually,
plenty of room.
Yeah. My father-in-law found
in there, man.
He found a dining room set my neighbor was getting rid of, and it was like maybe a single person had it. So only one area of the table was kind of worn out, and one chair looked like it was used. So everything else looks brand new, and it's like a 20-year-old set. So that's in the back. Cool. It's it's all wood. It's beautiful. Like it's like heavy duty wood, and nice. So I have that back there plus all my action figures. So yeah.
Levy, do you want to do some weird news?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I missed some whole show.
I'll give you 5, man. Are you 10 for anybody? 10.
I can tell a story if you want.
We got TV to watch. We got Stranger Things. We got a whole bunch of other stuff that's on the queue now.
I finished Moon Knight. I can talk about that. Oh. I'm way behind on all the shows, but we finished Moon Knight.
Better than the Batman, wasn't it? Way better than the Batman.
Not even.
I like the Batman.
I like the Batman too.
I will say the Moon Knight series I think is great because it goes in a different direction compared to everything we've seen so far. Just because it's a different character. I like the mental illness problem he has. He's my favorite character now that Robert Downey's gone. I'll just follow Oscar Isaac through all his movies he appears in and be happy. So.
And he'll never be in another thing again.
He won't. They won't bring Moon Knight into anything.
I'm sure they will eventually.
Yeah,
but it'll probably be like an Obi-Wan thing.
If they do the Werewolf by Night thing, I can see Moon Knight being in there. But other than that, I mean, they may do Midnight Suns or Dark Avengers, not Dark Secret Avengers. I don't know.
I think they have to. I think they have to make some sort of Avenger movie with him in it. I'm not saying he has to be a main character, but they have to pull him in somehow.
What's the guy that runs the whole thing? Is it Kevin Feige? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the fact that a lot of people complain that there's no direction to this phase of Marvel or whatever. But he said he said in the next couple of months it'll become very clear as to what's happening.
Oh, I just saw Doctor Strange. I don't know if you guys talk about that recently or on the show. Or...
We put about a couple episodes ago. Yeah.
What was your guys' take on it?
Did you like it?
I thought it was all right. It was all right. I just didn't like how they broke out Wanda right off the bat as the bad guy. Like they could have maybe teased it or something. Like we didn't. I don't know. I just thought that was a little bit like they could have done it differently. You know. I don't know. I don't know enough about Doctor Strange either to know what his ins and outs are, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I remember Mike saying something effective that it was too Sam Raimi. Like he put too much of his style into it, but
it kind of clashed with like the rest of the MCU in that regard.
Well, I did like it was slightly more violent. I liked that at least. Yeah. But
I mean, Takiti Wataka, whatever his name is, he put his own style into the Thor, and it's probably the best. One of the best, if not the best, MCU movies.
I don't agree with that sentiment. I just, trying to offer rationalization why someone would think it would be too much Raimi. But I mean, I thought it was. I actually liked all the little nods to his previous works and stuff, like from the camera angles to like the zombie Strange looking like a deadite. I actually really liked all that because I like Sam Raimi's films. The original Evil Dead movies are fantastic, and Army of Darkness is just a classic.
Yes, it is.
So
right.
It was fun watching it and picking out all the little things, all the little Raimi trademarks, like I said, the first person camera view and like the rushing camera zooms and stuff, and the quick like camera angle changes and people like quick turning to the camera and whatnot, So it was all there. So
since it came out on streaming like a week ago or so, I was able to pause that part where they fly between all the different dimensions.
Yeah.
It's just so you can see like what things that I might missed. Like I saw the one with the Living Tribunal, and then there was one where it was just like all Stark technology, like drones and everything was like flying everywhere. So cool stuff that if you just kind of slow it down frame by frame.
Yeah. Cool.
There was also like the noir universe they went through, which is really cool.
Was there?
Oh yeah.
Like like Spider-Man noir, Luke Cage noir, like that.
Yeah.
That was one of the universes they went through too, which I thought was cool.
I missed that completely.
Yeah.
It's fast. It's literally frames.
Yeah.
A couple frames. You got to slow it down.
I
saw the Paint universe.
Yeah, I was about to say I like the Paint universe. I want to see what that's all about.
Were we Paint?
Yeah. Yeah. What did you guys think about the what they call it, the Illuminati? We kind of knew that was happening, but like I thought John Krasinski was good, but I know a lot of people didn't like him. I'm just hearing like mixed reviews on it. Some people either loved him or they're kind of like, I thought it was great, but I read that and I was just like, what are they talking about? Everybody and their brother wanted him to be.
I was saying they literally put him in there because of the fan casting.
Yeah.
Well, other rumblings.
Yeah, Sam Raimi confirmed, I think either this week or last week, that John Krasinski's casting was purely for fan service, and there is currently no plans to cast him in a Fantastic Four film.
That's what I heard.
I think another thing that people had the issue with was it was Sam Raimi directing a Reed Richards. It wasn't like a Fantastic Four movie. Because Reed Richards doesn't really fit into a Sam Raimi script, if you will. You know what I mean? Like the character doesn't really mesh with the supernatural kind of stuff.
Right. Well, most of the Illuminati up there didn't. If you think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Captain Britain, the Marvel girl. I can't remember the other girl's name, but you know what I mean. All those characters. The only person kind of did was Professor X. I think you know, he fits in obviously, but you know,
Well, and they were all really just cameos, glorified cameos. So,
Yeah.
I don't think they really needed to fit in with the overall tone of the film.
right? Of course, I was just curious what you guys thought.
I think they should have left all that out of the trailers. I think
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
Oh,
If you
absolutely.
Absolutely.
saw those reveals happen while you were watching.
But they wanted to build up hype for the movie. And,
Yeah,
so, but it ultimately, like, all the people were wondering, oh, what kind of multiversal cameos are going to be, and that ended up being a very, very small part of the movie.
Right. Everyone's expectations were way up and beyond whatever was going to be delivered anyway. So who cares?
That's all I ever heard about people talking about this movie is, oh, who's going to show up? Is Deadpool going to show up? Is this guy going to show up? Is this guy going to show up? And it's like,
right.
No, it's a Doctor Strange movie, so it's still going to be about Doctor Strange.
Was it a Doctor Strange movie though?
Well,
exactly.
There was 2 guys named Doctor Strange in this movie.
I kind of felt that.
No, I'm sorry, 3 guys. There were 3 guys named Doctor Strange in the movie.
I kind of felt that they should have made.
Yeah.
I thought they should have made Doctor Strange the villain in this movie versus Wanda. Wanda should have been like a third-party villain, maybe, and you had multiple Doctor Stranges fighting each other. Versus, I know he fought that one guy, and then he took over the book, and then he goes and fights Wanda. But I would rather have seen a Doctor Strange that was evil. He's fighting him, and then Wanda's there too, jumping in. But I don't know. I think Wanda's presence, I understand what her purpose was, but I think pulling the cat out of the bag right away, going, oh yeah, by the way, she's a bad guy. We're just going to cut to the chase. I'd rather they revealed at the end of the movie, and she goes, actually, I've been doing this whole thing. And he's, they could have done it a bit differently, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, for me, the beginning was kind of like, really? Really? And then it started getting good.
Yeah, so. they could have had another multiversal Doctor Strange who was evil working with her, and you think he's the main bad guy throughout most of the movie, but then at the very end, Wanda comes in with a rug pull and says, nope, I'm behind it the whole time.
Right. And then she's helping
reveal.
Yeah, and she's helping our Doctor Strange, the 616 Doctor Strange. She's helping him the whole time, and then he goes, "Oh, by the way, backstab," or something.
Yeah.
There was two things that I learned that was actually really cool. Is that that they use Elizabeth Olsen's eye for the whatever that was not or whatever. What was that monster with the big eye and the tentacles?
Gigantor? No, not Gigantor.
Squid.
Yeah, something like that.
Giganticus, anyway, I can't remember what it was.
They used her eye.
Gargantos, that's it.
Gargantos, that's her eye. They photo scanned her eye and they used her eye for that creature.
Really?
That was cool.
And Black Bolt's costume is 100% all of it.
Really?
Yeah,
the whole time.
So
when he's sitting in that throne, that did not look CGI at all. I mean, that was
everything about it was all CGI.
Oh, the guy who plays Black Bolt is also the guy who plays Cap Pike in Strange Worlds. I don't know if you knew that. I found it out because I started watching the show.
Jared's been watching that.
Oh,
show.
I love it. I love it. I'm a huge original series era Star Trek person. I love that. I love the green, blue, red shirts. You know what I mean? I like that crap. It's corny, but the stories matter. So yeah.
Have you watched all the episodes so far?
No, I watched the first 2, and then I told my wife about it. Now she wants to watch them, so now we're on that trip. Trying to get her caught up. But I like the ship, how they kind of retrofitted it a little bit and make it more modern. But they still have some quirky little things from the original series. With the handles on the elevator, the oddball buttons and lights. The sound effects. But
retro future tech.
Yeah, what I mean? But they also showed hey, this is still Roddenberry's world that he created 70 years ago, or 60 years ago, whatever it is. So
a good example of that, Levy, is when they used a tricorder, the older tricorders, you pull out that extension, whatever. It kind of looks like a large pill, and then they kind of scan it around people. In the old show, it's just kind of like a silver thing or whatever. But in the new show, they had show the inner workings, and it was all the little gears and shit moving around inside of it, when they're scanning people, and it looks really cool. So,
even the communicator looks pretty much the same. It's slightly different, but it still has that goldish mesh top.
The
that
flip
flips
phone.
out. Yeah, it still flips out. Yeah. I saw the first 2 episodes and I was like, I'm about to get too crazy absorbed in this, and then it's good. Now I know I know people don't like it, or there's a lot of hate on Discovery, but now that it ties into the show a little bit, I might need to go watch that. I never watched it, so I might have to go check it out.
I really like Discovery. A lot of people hated it because I think they right in the beginning they started using like holograms when they were talking to each other, and it was supposed to be in the past type of thing, and they didn't use view screens and shit.
Yeah.
And they focus a lot like on the Klingon, is it etymology? Etymology, is that what they call it? Like the inner workings of like how each, branch of the society interacted with each other.
Yeah.
But when they get past that like whole, future thing and like, Spock's involved and everything, it's they can do whatever they want now. It's like they wanted to, but they were held back because of any type of like reclet. Now, the whole team has like Captain Pike in it is awesome.
Yeah.
And like all those characters.
Oh yeah,
and then it's great.
Yeah,
but
I loved it.
It's really good. It's just if you just kind of look past that, and of course, and other people they don't like swearing in their Star Trek. So when you hear like someone,
I don't like swearing. I don't like f-bombs. I don't like f-bombs in my Star Trek.
F-bomb. Fucking engineering.
They can say whatever they want. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd rather see the rated R Star Trek that never happened. I want to see that.
The Quentin Tarantino Trek.
Yeah, I want to see that occur. I'm not saying it has to be a series, but give us a movie where people are getting like phasered in the head or something. You know what I mean?
This is going to be everybody on the bridge getting shot, shooting each other, and then that's it.
There's blood everywhere. You know what I mean? And there's weird like 70s music going off, like and then maybe every once in a while you'll hear like a spaghetti western tune, and then. But no, I mean, I want to see a violent, more. I'm not saying it has to be gruesome, but they can do Star Trek in that manner just because we're enlightened doesn't mean people are going to find are. The Klingons, for example, are ruthless. They even in Kirk, the Shatner movies, when they killed his son, they stabbed him. But they, if that was a rated R movie, it would have been a lot worse. He would have ripped them in half.
Klingon bastards.
Because those Klingons are so strong compared to humans, So
there's a lot of that in Discovery.
Oh, good.
There's a lot of That's something you might like that part.
Yeah, I mean,
they wanted their comfy zone that they're familiar with that they knew, and they changed things, and they were just like, I don't like this. This is bad, terrible.
Well, Star Trek has to evolve. I'm not saying it has to evolve in my way, but it just with the times it has to change a little bit. I noticed that like they showed some of our current events for the cause of World War III. I don't know if y'all were looking at that deeply, but like they showed the January 6th riot. They showed a bunch of like crap we're going through now in there, and I was like, oh shit! Like we're Star Trek might actually be real, like we're heading there, like Vulcans, please show up. But anyways, it's like, I'm okay with what they do. If they want to change things, I'm cool with it because they can't stick in the past what Roddenberry wanted. Hell, half the ideas Roddenberry wanted got shot down by in the Next Generation. You try to change all that crap with the uniforms, all that stuff. So it has to, balance a little bit.
I liked it. I thought it was some pretty good seasons out there.
I liked the first 2 episodes, and I can't wait to watch the rest. And I heard they're making season 2, or they're going to start production or something like that. So I'm gonna watch it.
It's quality, definitely quality. All right, Levy, tell me about this finger.
That's a finger? I thought it was something else.
Okay. So for my first story for Weird News, this is a story from IFL Science, and this robotic finger has living skin made from human cells that can heal. So apparently they are developing artificial, lifelike artificial skin. So,
it's fucked up.
Yeah. Let's see here. So,
with me, if you
the article starts out with saying, "Our goal is to develop robots that are truly human-like," says Shoji Takeuchi to IFL Science, who recently created a robot finger with living skin made from human cells. It says the finger can bend and curl without breaking, and if it gets an injury, it can simply heal and reseal itself. The silicone rubber covers that are commonly used in robotics today may look real from a distance or in photos or videos, but when you actually get up close, you realize that it is artificial. We think that the only way to achieve an appearance that can be mistaken for a human being is to cover it with the same material as a human being, i.e. living cells. I think we've all seen this before. In a little film called Terminator.
Oh, sorry.
Driving tissue over
You want Terminators because this is how you
I
get
am a
Terminators.
cybernetic organism. I'm a cybernetic organism.
Are you John
Living
Connor?
tissue over metal exoskeleton.
I'm here to protect you.
Stick
Get on the bike.
around.
Let's
Oh,
go.
wait, wrong movie.
Gotta get on the bike. T1000.
Get to the Papa. No.
That's the wrong movie. Wrong movie. What's wrong with you? Dana.
That's not a tumor.
So the living skin was created by dipping the robot finger into a solution containing collagen and human dermal fibroblasts, which are the two key connective ingredients in our flesh-colored organ covers. As they combined around the robotic appendage, collagen and fibroblasts began to tighten, creating a fit that they believed to be the success of the hyper-realistic finger. Once the collagen fibroblast foundation was set, it became a platform for human epidermal keratinocytes to adhere to, developing a top coat that represents 90% of the outermost layer of human skin. This adds a more lifelike texture to the robot-human blend, even if it does look slightly sweaty straight out of the culture medium. So now we're going to have flesh-covered robots.
I was just picturing those, robots from Boston. The ones that walk on their own, and if you try to push it over, it won't tip over, and all that stuff. Just dipped in this stuff, and it's the stuff of nightmares.
Oh, we got Wayne Gretzky here. You know what this means, though. You know what this means.
What's that? Enlighten
Even
us.
better sex bots.
I'd say porn industry will get a hold of it, and then we'll be leaps and bounds ahead of.
Okay, Levy.
anything.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna need you to buy and review one on YouTube.
I've already got one. I've already got one pre-ordered.
Good.
What, just a finger?
Yes.
That's all you need. And sometimes it's all you need is a finger, man.
Absolutely.
Has the old gyro motor?
It vibrate.
That's gonna be tickling the old brown eye.
Yep.
Um,
Vibrate, activate, curl. A little ET finger.
They got to do the whole. They got to do the whole hand. Call it the grimace.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, as I mentioned, this skin can actually heal itself if it's damaged. And the way it does that is the researchers placed a patch of collagen onto the robotic's finger's wound and left it sit for 7 days. During this time, the skin cells could migrate into the collagen patch and integrate it into the skin tissue, effectively resealing the injury.
How big was it? How big was the spot that they healed?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it says.
Is it just like little nicks and cuts like that?
Right, like a paper cut or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't say how big it was.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a
Sounds like
laceration.
It's not like it's gonna bleed. It's not
I was
bleeding,
thinking, I was thinking more gunshot wound, but
Yeah.
it's
a
Remember, Josh,
T1000.
aim for the legs. Always aim for the legs.
You should aim for the CPU chip. That will knock him out.
What else you got, Levy?
All right, so this comes from HuffPost.com. A Florida man pretended to be a Disney World staffer to steal a famous character.
Yeah, I heard about that.
A man wore a Disney name
Long
tag and
time.
wanted to show weaknesses in the theme park security. So he, see here, and this apparently happened in May, back in May. But David Emerson Proudfoot was arrested and is facing third-degree grand theft charges and obstruction by false information after he allegedly donned a Disney name tag and attempted to steal a Star Wars R2-D2 statue worth up to $10,000.
Wow.
A confused Proudfoot was allegedly spotted pushing a cart while leaving the Swan and Dolphin Hotel. An affidavit said he identified himself with a name of someone who didn't work for Walt Disney World and eventually said he was moving the statue and a game machine on the property. The man said he applied for a Disney World security job, the affidavit said, and wanted to move the items to point out security lapses in hopes of getting a better paying position. He allegedly told police it wasn't his goal to take the items to Disney World, although a search warrant at his home revealed thousands of dollars worth of items from the theme park.
Whoopsies.
That was just practice.
Yeah.
I was bring it back.
I swear it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
I'm holding it for a friend.
I'm just trying to show weaknesses in your security by stealing all your shit.
There you go.
I wonder if Joey Ryan was there.
Go Florida. I don't
Go
miss it.
Florida.
No, I said, Florida. Florida.
Oh, Florida. So
be a
this
busy
last
week.
one, this one also comes from HuffPost.com. Denver couple in awe after Stanley Cup accidentally turns up in their driveway. The couple watched the Stanley Cup finals and were shocked when the trophy was mistakenly delivered to their home. Kit Karbler and his husband Dmitry Rudenko were at their home in the city's in Denver's Hilltop neighborhood when the trophy was delivered on Tuesday. At just under 3 feet tall, the Stanley Cup arrived in a case and was meant for Stanley Cup champion player Gabriel Landeskog. According to Denver news station KUSA, he lives in the neighborhood and his address is similar to the couple's. Landeskog is the captain of the National Hockey League's Colorado Avalanche, and he helped his team clinch the 2022 Stanley Cup Finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
What the fuck, FedEx?
The man who delivered the trophy, Hockey Hall of Fame's keeper of the cup, Philip Pritchard, allowed Karbler to lift the trophy just like NHL players do after they win the championship. So, and the couple, they had watched the Stanley Cup Finals on TV and were pleasantly surprised to have the Stanley Cup being delivered to their doorstep. So it made our day, and it's something that we're able to talk about and laugh about for a long time, Karbler told KUSA. So good for them. That's something fun for any hockey fan. It's a good thing they were hockey fans too, because otherwise they'd have been like, "The fuck is this?"
Right.
And then it probably wouldn't have made the news then, because they would be like, "Get this out of here."
Honey, we got a new flower pot.
So that's it for my weird news.
Shall I move on to toy news, Judd?
Yeah, I don't have any toy news. Levy, did you do the toy news this week?
Ah, fuck.
How about we get Jared and Josh to do toy news? You guys have any toy news?
I was going to talk about you guys talk about the Mafex Spider-Man and Scarlet Spider?
No.
No? Levy?
We're literally in the toy news. We haven't said anything about it.
I don't remember when this freaking news popped up, but Mafex last week. Okay, so no.
Yeah.
So Mafex is doing a Spider-Man and a Scarlet Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second, I'll post pictures.
Classic Spider-Man with like a lighter blue, because they've already released a Spider-Man figure.
Yeah.
They actually released two of them. The second one was a repaint with more of a
metal.
No, it was like a comic book shading paint scheme on it with like
right.
The blacker blacks on the blue and stuff like that. So,
and you have the first one, right?
I have the first one. Yes,
right.
That's like a Mark Bagley design. Some people think it's like McFarlane, but it's clearly more inspired by Mark Bagley.
Funny you should mention that, because I think this Spider-Man looks McFarlane, especially in the head area with the big eyes and the.
I was actually going to say it looks more Eric Larson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but his was more lanky, I think, though. But
who, Larson or McFarlane? Larson.
No, McFarlane's was like jacked. Yeah. Spider-Man was fucking jacked. Yeah, I ended up ordering the Scarlet Spider myself. I didn't get the other Spider-Man because I already had one. So.
See, I ordered the Spider-Man, but I didn't get the Scarlet Spider because I don't own any Mafex figures. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've got like 3 on pre-order right now because I'm a fucking idiot. But I don't know. Scarlet Spider really doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. The spider on the hoodie is in a weird spot. It should really be more like centered on the chest. Oh,
that's exactly where it should be.
Is it? I always remembered it being like, just kind of like front and center on the chest and a bit bigger.
Oh, no, I always remember it being on the side there.
Isn't it in the middle of the back, real big?
Is it on the back? I can't remember.
Or is that the upgraded suit that he had?
Who's that?
The Scarlet Spider.
I don't think he had it on the back. I think it was only on the front.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he did have it on the back. I'm looking at pictures right now, and
Yeah, I see some where like he has it on the upper left hand, more in the upper left hand quadrant, and then I see others where it's like big in front and center. So I mean it's not. I mean either way looks fine to me, but I just remember it being more front and center.
and I found a picture. I'll copy it and post it in there. There.
Ugh.
See, it's in the spot. In a good spot. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just think that Scarlet Spider never really did anything for me, and I think it being the whole suit itself being that red just kind of, I don't know, just doesn't do anything for me.
Hmm.
What else do I have? You want to talk about HasLab, Jed?
Yeah, I mean, you can mention the whole fact that they HasLab did the Cobra Hiss tank.
Yep.
And they have it's already funded. I think the
That's
second
gonna
tier?
be some kind of record, isn't it?
No, it's the early bird that got funded.
Oh,
The early bird got
right.
funded.
It was 8,000,
First,
right?
yes, 8,000 for the early bird, and that had to be done within a week, and it was done within like less than 12 hours, which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a HasLab get funded that quickly.
I would say the Sentinel was the fastest before this, right?
How long did Galactus take?
Oh, it took a little while, but I know that I'm pretty
Sentinel's
sure
quicker?
the Sentinel was either quicker or it was the most. And I think the reason why is for this and for Sentinel is because it's one of those things where you can buy multiples of it, and it makes sense to have it. So
Yeah.
same idea with his tank. You can have more than one, and why not? Type of thing.
All right, so the early bird is a.
I didn't even see that.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even see that Tyler was. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
What up, dude?
Hey, yo. I showed up and it said you're suppressed.
Yeah, I suppress everyone now.
No more unwanted drop-ins.
That's right.
I get it.
Everyone gets muted in this room. Everybody.
Hey, man, it's best not to discriminate. I completely understand.
You got to shut up when you're talking to this chat. You shut up.
That's right. That's right. I tell when you
man.
can talk.
All right, sounds good, Dad.
What were you talking about?
Can I stop?
You wrote HasLab has been some shady business since Unicron.
I don't know, man. I don't trust any of that kind of business anymore. Like with the Unicron thing, like it struggled so hard to get funded to the point where they just opened it up to like retailers buying X amount, and then they just touted it as a victory, even though that's not what was supposed to happen. And then like the Cookie Monster flop, like they just haven't had a really good track record, I don't think. Didn't even one of their Star Wars ones flop?
The Rancor.
Yes.
The Rancor, right? And like Star Wars is like priority numero uno for almost any toy company that has that IP. So I don't know, man. I don't believe any of these numbers anymore. Like I think Hasbro's just making it up as they go and just showing us what they want to show us. As far as like records being broken, like, you know what I mean? This could have been bought and paid for before it even was announced. I don't trust it. Hasbro been shady, so that's my 2 cents.
Trust the man.
That's possible. Yeah, it's really funny.
I don't
Josh, I
blame
saw that
him.
before.
I barely buy anything from HasLab.
Did you see that, Jen?
Yeah, I saw that when. Yeah,
the Cobra Rancor monster.
You didn't see it?
That's so funny.
I couldn't even see that before live because I posted it in the chat. Oh my god!
This is the first time I'm seeing it, man. That shit's fucking hilarious.
I was crying the first time I saw that.
He's even got a Cobra beret on.
I know.
That's great.
So can I ask an unrelated question to this HasLab stuff though? This Spider-Man with the sweatshirt.
Oh, look at this. We got a full gang of outlaws tonight. There's Brother Kyle.
Oh god!
Not here. We don't have any competition.
Someone's got to unmute Brother Kyle.
I did.
Unmute him now.
He's muted himself.
Oh, he's muted himself.
Yeah,
now.
I unmuted. I
Welcome to
muted
the
him.
Arnold Schwarzenegger podcast. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about using proteins, pumping iron, and coming all day and night.
Don't forget sleeping with your maids.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the podcast. So
right,
Tyler,
so
what were you
yeah,
asking about the
This
Scarlet
Spider-Man
Spider?
design with the sweatshirt, right? I think the sweater looks fine, but why the hell does he have little pouches on his ankles?
Because it was the 90s. Everybody had to have pouches.
Pouches?
But
Pouches
listen, okay, so
abound.
pouches are fine. He's got a utility belt with no pockets. What are those change holders? Gonna throw
Yeah.
nickels at people.
Well,
I don't get
whenever he's at the arcade, he needs to.
But like, why not get a tactical one for the thigh so it's within arm's reach? This way, when you kick someone, you're just using your wallet as extra padding for your shin. Like, if someone catches him by the leg, and Spider-Man gets caught quite a bit by the leg by much bigger and stronger people, like, bro, that's the best way to lose your ID. You know how hard it is to replace your social security number?
But when you're a clone, IDs don't matter.
Well, I think he doesn't have a thigh pouch because Rob Liefeld didn't draw him.
right.
Okay,
Yep.
that's fair.
Then he'd really look like Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just thought that looked ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? You keeping your extra toe rings in there?
That was mid '90s, and I was out of comics by then, and I didn't give a shit.
True enough.
Brother Kyle, thanks for joining us this evening.
Brother
He
Kyle.
must be just listening. He must just be listening,
Welcome.
Yeah.
like a good fan. He just sits there and listens.
Oh,
Does
he's
it-
listening.
Scrambling for a microphone to put you in your place, Shed.
Doesn't interrupt the show like some people.
Is it really
Yeah.
an interruption, or is it more of a spontaneous guest feature?
It is. It is more of a feature.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Where are we? Oh, that's right. We're doing toy news.
Astrobots put up for pre-order.
Yeah.
They're female Astrobots.
I know Tyler has an opinion about those.
I think they look cool.
Look, yeah, for what they look like, for what they are, they look cool. I expected a different aesthetic coming out of that company because their first offerings were like super mech, like Hulk figures,
Mhm.
and then now you got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the faces definitely don't match the aesthetic of the
Robotic
original.
WWE divas. I don't get it.
Well, did you see the super is it Artemis? I think like the super built Artemis like version.
Super built Artemis.
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
What is
Like
that?
the pro here. Continue talking amongst yourselves. I will find the picture of it and put it in the chat.
You're talking about the one with the big hand?
And it's like kind of like if you have Iron Man and then you had the Hulkbuster. It's kind of like that.
Wasn't the Hulkbuster and Iron Man armor?
That's what I'm trying to get at. It's kind of like it's like a addition. I think it's an additional armor, or it could be a whole another character, but it looks like it's like an extension of the existing one. But let me find it.
So
Going back to the Astrobots, I think the one in the female, the fembot in front, I think that head sculpt looks too much like RC.
yeah, it's like RC's head on Moonracer's body and no transformation.
Yeah, I get where you're coming at, Tyler.
So those, I thought you were talking about like
what I was.
Jen.
This is what I was
yeah.
expecting their next release to look like: big, clunky, mechy, really cool, intuitive designs. Like that's what I was expecting, and instead we got robo strippers with big gazungas.
Ain't nothing wrong
like,
with
it's
that.
fine. I got nothing
you
wrong
beat
with
me
like
to it.
fembots or anything, but like the human faces, the anatomically correct breasts for a metal robot, like it's just come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like look, if you like it, you're obviously winning, Levy. I know you said you got these guys on pre-order.
Yeah.
And like you probably I'd imagine people swear by this company because those first two I've heard nothing but rave reviews about them.
Yeah.
The quality is probably crazy, but Levy, I swear to God, if I catch you putting these fembots in any sort of doggy style pose or any of that kind of bullshit,
Oh, you
I
know,
will
gonna.
light you up, bro.
What other reason is there to buy these things, man? Come on now. Jesus.
Role playing porn.
I am done hiding my interests. Part of being an adult is not taking feeling shame in what you enjoy. And if that means putting robots into questionable poses, so be it.
Why can't you get a hard-on from a regular mech suit? Why's it got to be shaped like a female?
Who says I don't?
That's fair.
I just, variety is the spice of life, my friend.
Well, I'm like super white, and mayonnaise is my spice. So I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah. No, these other ones here look really cool too.
Look, I'm not knocking the female ones. I'm not trying to knock the female ones. Like they do. They look good. They look like good action figures, and I imagine the quality is going to be great. Even though some of that shit looks really small and thin and questionable. Like I'm sure they're going to be fine, and like they look great for what they are. I just expected something different. Yeah. Not even to say this is like a disappointment in what it is. It's just I was disappointed to see them go this direction and not the direction like the prototype images that I sent here before. Like I was expecting something more like diving heavier into the mecha side.
If I remember correctly, and it's been a while, but the whole Astrobot storyline was that they were mech robots that were sent to distant planets to colonize and stuff, and there was like I don't know if it was an error or something, but they had like crash landed, and I think time passed, like generations passed. So the female versions might be like, generations of like upgrades of some sort, smaller, more efficient, kind of like a Beast Wars thing instead of the big hulking, mech.
Yeah.
So maybe that might be it. I still don't know what the whole ring is around her head, like the whole. I don't know if that's a weapon or if that's
weapon storage. Yeah, because I think I've seen other pictures with her with like these two big blades. So,
or if
those things come off and become swords. I don't know. I don't know what the Halo does though, but
or if it's like a regal type of leader type of signet type of thing. But I thought that
toilet seat liner.
That maybe that's possible. They're like, oh, we'll create him this way and more in a female image and upgraded and more sleek and energy efficient.
I'll be. I haven't followed any of their like fluff, I guess, because when they first came out, they didn't really have any. So,
well, they have the one book, they have the one comic, and that was it. I think,
as far as I knew, the stop animation that you did was the only fluff that they had. So,
well, that was based off the comic.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
I got those. I got the spider bots. Those are really cool.
I was just gonna say, did you get the spider drone things?
Yeah, I got them. They're actually really neat.
I like how they look combined, like as jetpacks on these guys. I think that looks really, really slick.
Yeah, and then like the arms can come up over the shoulders and be like shoulder mounted weapons and shit. It's really cool. Or you can take them off and make them handheld weapons. They actually the spider bots actually remind. Do you remember in Superman the animated series where
yes, Lex Luthor,
World's Finest, where Superman and Batman met for the first time.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about this when they first showed those.
Yeah, I think probably. Yeah, they look like those. They look like those spider drones that Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne were developing.
Right, they do. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've always been a fan of like the four-legged walker mech style things. Mm-hmm. Like I think that looks really cool, like a spider tank almost. So they kind of reminiscent of. I don't remember. I think they were from Energon. It was like these cyber key transformer guys, but they were just like these four-legged like walker tanks that transformed into robots. So they kind of remind me of. See if I can find a picture here. Yeah, they were pretty cool. I really like that design. What was it, Energon? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean the Astrobots are like they're really good figures. I mean with how the articulation goes and everything and. Mm-hmm. They're really, really fun to just like mess around with. So I recommend them to anybody that really likes well articulated figures that pose well and whatnot. So
yeah, they're like extremely articulate, which is something that's really cool. And it's like, you know what? Transformers could be this articulate if they just sacrificed the actual alt mode. But no.
Where's the fun in that?
I guess so. I guess the fun is in the challenge, right?
Transformers have to transform. It's in the name.
It's in the rules.
Yeah.
The ones that don't transform are probably the best ones out there.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah. That Optimus Primal one from what is it called? Flame Toys looks really, really nice, but it's not It's not within the budget I'm willing to spend.
Yeah, I don't need statues unless it's like a certain character or like a scene or something, but
Yeah.
I don't need that. So, like I have Optimus Prime statue. It's a G1 Prime statue. It's like $100-ish, so I was okay with that. But yeah, I don't need anything more than like value wise.
Yeah, it's the truck father, man. You gotta get the truck father.
Speaking about statues, they showed the was it Bushido Transformers Optimus Prime chick?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
one? That statue. The one time.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks interesting. I might get it.
There's a Megatron too. That's going to be coming out.
And they're going to make a Bumblebee.
Anime-looking Optimus?
Yeah, it's like a chick, and she's like dressed like Optimus. Or has like a little briefcase as a trailer.
I'm surprised no one's trying to cancel that figure. They try to cancel, what was it, Big Firebird? Or was it that one or the one before?
If it shows up on Hobby Link Japan or if it shows up on Amazon Japan, I'll get it. So
there it is, the Cyberverse.
I was going to talk about it. When you guys are talking about the Spider-Man stuff, I was looking at Dame Chalk.
Anything good from Dame Chalk?
What we're just talking about with the anime girls as Transformers, and then what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, they repainted the New Age David, and they made it like the first comic book appearance, so it kind of like looks more like like that first comic book appearance where they like were selling the toys directly from the comics. The first four episodes or first four issues of the Transformers comic in the 80s. Let's see.
New Age David, is that Devastator?
I'll show you.
Made a huge mistake.
Yeah, it's
I tried finding that female Optimus Prime picture. I just typed into Google female Optimus Prime. That was a mistake and a half.
Yeah.
Ooh, you messed up. There, I'll put a link to TCP.
What is it? Flame Toys, right? Flame Toys Optimus. Let's try that. Oh my god, my eyes are gonna burn for days after that.
All right, now I'm curious. I'm gonna go look at. What did you just type in Google? Like
Don't
female Optimus?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll find you a picture. Hold on.
You'll wind up on some weird dark website. Get flagged.
And then they're making another third-party Optimus Prime. It's like MPH Studio. What's the name of this freaking thing?
That's not too bad.
Commander in Chief Dragon. It's called. Gonna be 9.7 centimeters tall. It's like what, 3 or 4 inches? I don't know what the hell it even is.
Tyler, what is that? What's the conversion? 2.54 centimeters per inch.
3.81 inches. So a little over 3 1/4 inches tall. 3 3/4. Excuse me.
There you go.
So
that's
tiny.
Freedom units.
It's freaking tiny.
Yeah, freedom units.
Okay, all right. I got pictures of the girl. Hold on 1 second. I'll put them in the chat.
Hey, Jed, Brother Cal needs permission to talk.
No, I gave him permission. He's been muting and unmuting himself. Oh, yeah, they muted himself again.
Yeah, he left. They said it's forcing him to use push to talk or something.
Yeah, I told him to go into his settings and switch it from push to talk to voice activity.
You will talk to
I
no
muted
one.
him. He left and came back and then mutes him again when he comes back in. So Kyle, you should be able to talk now.
This is the female, the New Age female Optimus Prime?
No,
it's not New Age.
New Age David, they're making it look like the comics. The first edition comics.
This thing.
And then there's the girl.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a fembot version, not just
No, it says a actual girl, like a human flesh girl. And that link to the Prime is the link is for the actual product for New Age. I have the first one they made, just a regular David. I liked it. I thought it was really great. I don't know if I need the comic one. I might get it. I don't know. The box is really neat. The box has basically the first edition cover of the comic, but they, drew the New Age David in there instead of
his thigh is so extremely thin.
Yeah. The transformation is pretty fun on him too. And I think they're doing another recolor, which is just a metallic one. So go figure. It's pretty common. And let's see. You got that picture of the girl, right? You see, I can find here you go. Then they're making Megatron and then Bumblebee. I'll pull the images of that.
I didn't see the Bumblebee one.
Hold on. Well, it's just a silhouette. It's not even.
I don't care then. I googled female Optimus Prime and this stuff is harmless. What the hell are you guys talking about, Tyler?
Do you have safe search on, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gonna
why.
pick yourself.
Not even that it's really that bad. It's just like I just find it weird. It's just like Megatron and Optimus kissing and like half human, half robot. Like this was on there. Like this was on this girl picture that you posted here.
Are they sword fighting? Or?
No, it's just a bunch of like women dressed as robots kissing.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
So they're okay. Rubbing clams. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have it off and nothing.
I just changed that setting, Kyle, so you should be able to speak without using push to talk.
Raise your hand if you want to speak.
Well, how come no one else was required to push to talk?
I don't. Did you guys have that
No,
problem?
Nope.
Oh,
I had this problem one night at D&D where I accidentally switched it to push to talk, and yeah, I switched it back, and I've been fine since.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
Hey.
Well, I had to go into the settings and make a keybind for push to talk. So I'm still on push to talk. For some reason, it's forcing me to do it. But I set it so when I hit shift, there's my push button.
yeah. I saw it was one of the settings in the channel, so I changed it back to you can talk whenever you want type of thing. But like I said, I'm surprised the rest of the knuckleheads in the group here hadn't had to do that.
There it goes. It should be
Things
fine.
we do to be featured on this podcast.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't really want to be here that bad. I was just curious about Discord.
Well, yeah.
You're just here now to prove a point.
Okay.
I'm just too stubborn to quit. What's
And
up,
that's the end
Tyler?
of the show.
Too legit.
That's the end of the show. Thanks,
man.
everybody. So
I'm actually surprised.
That's enough. We're out.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised we're still going. But
I know, right?
I figured
it's
I'd at least
early.
be on the tail end.
we got another 3 hours yet.
Welcome to episode
Holy
3 of
fuck.
Back and Forth, featuring the Blackout and Shout Chat.
You guys go over the Venom trailer yet? Or?
Yeah. So Venom.
Oh, callback.
Carnage.
Jared, how you doing, bud? I don't think I've ever talked to you.
Hey, I know. First time. I think this first time I talked to Levy as well. So we're
Yeah.
Atlanta first.
I can't even access the video. That's all right. Nobody wants to see my ass anyway.
I
So, Josh, this is
I
the
got your
cringe
rig.
show
Your rig is
talking
here. So
Yeah, I saw that.
whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna start getting some money together.
No problem. It's here
Yeah.
whenever you want it.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And we'll have to set something up where I don't know, hang out somewhere, maybe get
Yeah.
together a mic or something like that.
That's fine. Or I'll come see you at your pizza place, eat some pizza, and hang out, whatever.
Oh
It's
yeah,
all good.
yeah. How far are you away from Fredericktown anyway?
I don't know. I think 45 minutes, maybe.
Where'd
Not
you move
sure.
to? Reading?
I'm
I
in
can
Bangor.
hear Jed's pencil on the pad, like, hey, this mark to this mark, edit this out.
Yeah, up in Bangor.
Okay. Right
That's
on.
north of Allentown, just below Stroudsburg.
Now I get why you muted the channel for people to
See-
pop in.
That's it. That's it, man.
What you guys don't understand is that you get to experience this chat only once. I have to listen to the whole fucking thing all over again. So,
Uh-huh.
just, you know.
Sucks.
Is anything-
man.
Nice.
Like
Friends
when I
so
was-
nice. Talk to
When I
them
was
twice.
editing audios, I just skip everything and pretend I listened to it all.
When I get to about this far into the podcast anyway, I just say fuck it and I just let it ride whatever the hell's in there. Of course, unless Levy says something racist and I have to take it out. then
Oh,
When has Levy ever said anything
You
racist?
never hear that part of him because I always edit that parts out of it. You know, he's all over the place most of the time.
You didn't edit out when I was going after Italians, though.
No, that was really funny. The Italian truck drivers that you hate. Yeah. That's pretty
Levy
racist.
Levy has never been racist towards anybody a day in his life.
Really,
On the air.
Italians aren't really a race anyway, so
What'd you say, Brother Kyle?
I said Italians aren't. It's not really a race; it's a nationality. So
Oh,
I guess it's more. What do you call it? Xenophobic?
Stereotype?
No. Anyway,
so Venom.
astrobots.
Whoa. So Venom.
So Venom.
What was the other stuff that came out? Player Sky, whole bunch of shit out there. A lot of bikes and fucking Shinra soldiers and stuff like that. A lot of stuff that I don't need.
Yeah,
Think of the savings.
that
Right.
weapons pack's pretty cool, man. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That was a like 10, 12-year-old thing That was back when they did the Play Arts line, not the Kai line, the smaller ones.
Oh, so there's a smaller. I know there's a guy on Instagram that does like custom. He did a hard edge. He did. I think he did the ultimate weapon for Aerith, Princess Guard or something. Yeah, he does over.
But looks cool.
Yeah, fun.
Oh, I know what I forgot to mention. I got an email today from Etsy that my shop is a star seller. I got the awards or whatever you want to call it, the labeling.
I wouldn't know.
It's because you either respond to people real quick, or you ship out right away, or you have high ratings and stuff like that.
I think I sold 3 prints.
Don't feel bad about that.
I don't.
I put stuff out there like my upside down and my Tifa, and I thought they'd sell like hotcakes, and nope.
I kind of thought that people would be into that Beast Wars concept that I did, but
I mean, you got a customer right here, Kyle. You should be selling it to him. He should be buying that stuff.
Tyler? Oh yeah, Tyler. I did a whole Beast Wars line.
I do ship internationally. $15.
I'll send you the first one for free. You can buy the rest. I thought the one I made today was pretty cool. I hope that's cool.
I don't like it.
I know you don't, but you don't like anything, so I don't have to feel bad. What I do is I send it out there to like people like 3. I'll send it to Jen, I'll send it to Mike, and I'll send it to Nico, and then I just get the best input out of all 3 of them. At the end, I just do what I want.
I do the same thing with dick pics. Same people.
Nico, it's funny. He's never mentioned that. I would imagine why.
It's called the Cho Chat. That's why.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Dick Discussion.
It's like a Coke can.
Yeah. Anybody have any other toy stuff so we can go on to Q&A?
They showed some pictures of I know only Tyler would be interested in this, but some more pictures of the Transmetal or Transart Megatron last week.
Good day. I've been so out of touch with all that stuff. It's too slow of a burn.
Yeah, me too, because I'm off Facebook now, but I was actually on Stasis Lock on Wednesday. Put some pictures of it.
What's Stasis Lock?
I don't know.
Is that still a thing?
Number 2. Isn't that the number 2 Beast Wars podcast?
It's probably not anymore.
Like 3 now. 4.
Every now and then Dakota hits me up if I'm home on a Wednesday.
Oh, is Dakota back on there?
Yeah, it's usually Joe, Dakota, and Dylan.
Dope.
Cool.
And then Mike was on it a couple times, like the last couple weeks. He wasn't on Wednesday.
True.
Speaking of Beast Wars, I saw that the last comic came out.
Yeah, I got to get up to Coopersburg to pick that up.
It was 17 and out, I think, right?
Yeah. So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but less bummed because I guess it's not about Beast Wars comics not selling. It's, I guess, IDW lost the Transformers license.
Right.
That's
yeah. Correct.
So that's kind of a bummer because I was really, the comic is really, really good. I thought
they came out with the Last Spot Standing #2, and I like the first one, but I really like the second issue. And Josh, I don't know if you watched that or not. No, it's like a post-apocalyptic future thing where it's just Rodimus is left.
Yeah.
And I read the first issue, and I was just like, cliffhanger at the end. It's the fucking rabbit from Beast Wars Neo, or Beast Wars the second. Yeah, whatever the bunny is. I don't remember the name of it.
You should read it, Kyle. It's good.
But I mean, the whole Wreckers thing and just this new era of Transformers comics just really turned me off.
Well, yeah, this is like, it's like Nick Roche, doing like, Nick Roche type of story, and it's very like separated from everything.
No, I get that. It's just still, it's not. I've been so.
Well, it's because that new one they did was so bad. It kind of fucked everything up. Yeah,
exactly. Like I just didn't. I was like 6 issues into the new era, and I'm like, this is terrible. I can't even stomach it. But then I did read the Beast Wars stuff, and that was actually really good.
Yeah.
Was it that the new stuff was bad, or was it that you couldn't sever your ties to the old stuff?
No. It was just bad.
It was Hasbro had their finger on the pulse, and all the illustrate, like all the panel, every single character looked like their fucking toy, even down to the screw holes. It was
So here's
nauseating.
Here's the summary of it, right? So
hang on, you said nauseating. Did you like throw up?
They had
That's how bad it was.
They had a novelist write it, and it's a very slow burn build up stuff, right? And it's really slow. Like 14 issues in, it's still not doing really anything at all. They didn't have like a comic book writer write it. So that's one. And then two, Josh is right. Like Hasbro had their hands on the artists, like what they had to do. When they drew, they had to draw it like the toy. So you actually see like portholes and everything.
All the kibble that they could have drawn out.
Yeah. Right.
And that was when Siege was coming out.
Right.
On toy shelves.
So between the two of those things, it didn't mix. It didn't work out well.
True enough.
But they did do a good job with the Beast Wars. They did a kind of a stylized retelling of it.
Yes, they did.
The executives didn't give a fuck about that. They were just like,
And I really like the Josh Burcham. Sorry, I liked his art too. It was kind of like Transformers anime style, but
like RID.
A lot of people didn't like it.
You mean like RID animated?
No, it was more like Transformers anime. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I got confused. Anyway, let's go to Q&A since it's getting late in the evening.
Is Levy still here?
It's about that time.
Levy's here. Bring forth a rhythm and a rhyme.
Yeah. All right. So, our first question comes from Jason Zissos, and he says, how do you guys feel about all these gap fillers and add-on kits that keep coming out? Also, why can't they make a new War for Cybertron Prime with a trailer that can fit a car? That was a cool play point for me back in the day. The kids today, I feel, are getting gypped.
They make the leader class one so fucking small now that that would be cool though.
Voyager's leader.
Gap fillers. I'm assuming he's talking about for like Hasbro mainline figures and such. And personally, and I've bought gap fillers for certain things. Like I actually bought gap fillers for my War for Cybertron Soundwave, the first one where we had that Cybertronian mode. And that was back when I was buying mainline shit. But
I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with like upgrade kits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, you know what I mean, they don't want to spend the money on like the premium for, I guess, Masterpiece or whatever third party was back in the day. They don't want to spend that kind of price, so they buy the mainline stuff and then they, toss another $20 at it to make it look that much better. Yeah. It's just personal preference, really. Like I bought the Combiner Wars, I bought the Bruticus, and I bought the upgrade kits. I bought the Combiner Wars Bruticus and the Unite Warriors Bruticus, and bought two different upgrade kits to make them two different stylized Bruticus sets.
Yeah.
So it's just personal preference.
Tell you what, if you
perfect effect, and then Transform Dreamwave.
If you're into add-on like gap fillers and stuff like that, and you constantly buy them, I would recommend investing in a 3D printer because you can usually get the gap filler like the STL files. They're always floating out there.
That's true.
You can just print them yourself, and especially with printers being like they're not that they're cheap, but they're not out of the realm of being affordable.
So I feel like the reason people are still buying them now is because like a lot of people are creatures of habit. A lot of fans of Transformers. Like there's a lot of older fans than there are newer fans. And this isn't a slight on anyone, but I feel like as creatures of habit, there's more. You get more. I don't know if euphoria is the right word, but you get more like a better feeling from like making that purchase. You know what I mean? Like being addicted to the plastic crack. So like and back in the day, 3D printers weren't as accessible as they are right now. And like that's only what 5, 6, 7 years ago. So like I think the reason people are still buying them today instead of just buying a 3D printer and making one is because Nobody wants to learn how to fucking use one. A 3D printer, that is.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I do.
I always
Okay,
find it
so
amusing.
present company excluded. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Nerds.
I always found it amusing when a Hasbro figure comes out. The first thing everybody complains about is the waffling and the arms or all the gaps and everything. And to me, if you fucking want the fillers, get the fillers. If it makes you happy. I mean, they're expecting Hasbro to cater to, well, not really cater, I shouldn't say, but they're expecting Hasbro to fill every nook and cranny, and they can't because cost value. So
It's not that they can't, it's that they won't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes they're a little like egregious where you feel like they could have just done something. But
Mhm.
I always have this conspiracy theory that like add-on kit companies are actually Hasbro. They just use it as a like DNA Designs is actually Hasbro. I'll tell you what, I like when it comes with like a full kit. Like so it'll be like a gap filler, but it also will be like some cool like weapons from an episode or like accessories, because I bought that DNA design kit for Kingdom like Beast Wars figures, and that was really cool because it came with like it was like $30 and it came with like 5 different things, like an upgrade arms for Dinobot. It came with like a little chest piece so you can put Tarantulas' B on Optimus' chest.
Yeah. Like
It was fun.
for me, my opinion is that options are usually good as long as they're reasonably priced. And like you said with Hasbro, they're not going to they're not going to not cut the corners to maximize their profit margin, right? So they're going to leave those gaps in there. So it is up to a third party to come up with something to cover those up. And if they want to, put those parts out there for people to buy, and they're fairly priced, options are always good. If you want it, buy it. If you don't buy it. My problem is when you're buying a third party figure and you're already paying a premium price, and then they come out with some sort of upgrade kit to make it look more G1, or they include sell you a separate kit for like the G1 weapons and shit, like the X Transbots Menasor, that accessories kit for $75 fucking dollars. That was inexcusable.
Yeah.
That was
Inexcusable. To make it combine.
Yeah, they added the extra parts for I think the arms.
So yeah,
and then the vehicle mounted weapons, like the G1 vehicle mounted weapons. I think the G1 guns maybe. And it was like $75. Like I ended up getting it when it was on sale for like $40 or $50. I think.
Basically, they
price for it.
They sold you the trailer, and they're like, "Here, you can make it combined mode with the trailer, but it looks like shit. So if you want to make it look good, you have to buy this other $80."
Right, and they sold you that trailer for $200 fucking bucks.
I still never bought that. I didn't bother.
And I don't blame you. I did.
I bought it,
but I don't blame you for not doing it, because that was egregious, and I was very, very upset at the price of that trailer for $200.
Yeah,
and Motor Master's not even needed. That's the worst part about it. I never even transformed him.
That doesn't bother me, like when they do stuff like that. But selling the trailer even also separately didn't bother me. The price bothered me, but also I just wanted X. I like the individual bot mode, so I'm like, I'm not really going to display it like as Menasor anyway. So why am I going to buy it just to transform it, look at it, and put it back in the vision?
You can't tell me that for the price that they were charging for that trailer, they couldn't have included that $75 accessory kit with it.
Yeah,
if they had done that and wanted $200 for that whole set, fine. I think that's a lot better than what they fucking gave us.
The only saving grace of that was that a couple of those cars were under $80, so it wasn't.
Yes, but that's only because like the first one, the breakdown was like $55. It was $40. It was $40, but they were trying to either like recoup the cost or just like give the finger to the guy who fucking KO'd that design.
Yeah.
And then each succeeding figure was higher priced, like successively higher priced. Like the next one, I can't remember which figure it was. I think it might have been Dead End. He was like, I think $60 maybe, and then they went up from there.
You know how these predatory pricing practices of these companies usually stop?
By not buying it.
When you stop buying them.
I know.
Right.
When you stop supporting those fucking shitty practices, man. I feel like I'm in an AA meeting for toys right now.
Yeah, no, I know. And I said the same thing when they came out with that Masterpiece Skywarp. Like the MP11 Masterpiece Skywarp years ago.
Yeah.
And they wanted $200 for it. And that was the same price as the MP11 Masterpiece Starscream, which came with a lot more accessories. And I was like, but the problem is they knew they had you by the balls because you've already gotten the first two Seekers and you want to complete the set. So they're like, well, you know what? We're going to charge what we're going to charge for it, and you're going to pay for it. And yeah, I'm going to pay for it because I can't have just Thundercracker and Starscream and like an empty space where Skywarp should be. And it says the same thing with the Menasor trailer. I have to have that Menasor trailer. It's incomplete to me. And they had me by the balls. I had to get it. So, and I know I don't have to get it, but I really wanted it because Menasor is one of my favorite characters. Or not Menasor, Motormaster is one of my favorite characters. And I can't have him without the trailer. It's just a thing with me. So I paid it, kicking and screaming.
I think Vans Toys has the better Motormaster, though.
Well, of course. No, that thing's a work of art.
I mean,
Levy.
I don't think it's combined well.
Levy, you sound like the dude mad at the dude whose dick you just sucked because you had to suck the dick to get your crack. But you still did it.
Well, you know,
you got a mouth full of chum, but you're not happy about it.
I'm not gonna lie. That is an apt comparison. I think there might be better ways you could have put that forward, but you know what? So be it.
Maybe better, but not as entertaining.
You ever suck dick for Coke?
I want to suck dick for Menasor parts.
I feel like I did.
I just imagine you pulling a pube out of your mouth just now.
There you go.
Next question.
Hey, man, you're the one that unmuted me.
You're right. I am responsible.
Hey, you know, with the artificial skin now, you know, that might be a possibility in the future.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah. So, all right. So our next question comes from my friend Brent Smith. And he says, in front of the three of you lies a ring of 3 wishes with only 1 charge remaining. Who gets the ring and what do you do with it? If the winner makes a wish, what do they wish for?
Say that again.
And he says, looking forward to the new campaign, Lev.
It's a D&D question, so I'm like, what?
Well, what would you wish
Basically,
for?
it's a ring that will be able to grant, from what I'm reading here, it looks like it'll grant 1 wish.
Just one wish.
Yeah, 1 wish. He wants to know who gets the ring and what do you do with it, and if the winner makes a wish, what do you wish for?
I mean, you can't give it to Mike because he'll just wish for an all-you-can-eat buffet of asses, and that's just a waste.
I thought you were
Would
going to
that be so bad?
the ring wouldn't fit on his finger.
That's true, yeah. Fuck.
Just physically can't have it.
I know.
Levy
It's
would
not
wish
like
for
the
Helen
ring from
Mirren.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Levy would wish for Helen Mirren.
Oh man, no, I wouldn't wish for Helen Mirren.
Okay, you would wish for Helen Mirren naked. You could eat sushi off of her.
No, there's other women that I find more attractive than Helen Mirren. I just find Helen Mirren
What he
attractive.
would wish for? He would wish for the Toy World Devastator upgrade kit.
Side fillers.
Oh no, Jed already got me. Jed already got me some 3D printed ones.
I granted that wish.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so
My own personal genie.
Jed
That's
gets
right.
the ring. Jed, what would you wish for?
Well, I guess the smart thing would be like world peace or something like that, right?
Oh, bullshit.
Fuck
No.
that.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Probably be immortality. I probably just want to live forever. Watch all you fucks die. I was gonna say,
Wow.
I thought originally that it would be more than one wish. So I would have been like, I kill Levy and Mike, and the first wish would be to bring them back, and then the next wish would be like, immortality, and the third wish would be world peace, I guess. Kill him again.
It's simple. I would just want money.
Why would you kill us?
So I could get the ring to make the wish.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Yes, because I'm like, we're not gonna logically figure it out, so I'd have to murder both of you, and then I could use the first wish to bring you back. That way I have the ring, and now I have 2 additional wishes afterward. But since
Levy
this is
was
only
saying like, well, Jed
one
already
wish.
granted my wish, so good buddy Jed, you take the ring, and you're over here like, give it to me.
Yeah, right. Dude, that would be an all-out brawl for that thing. There would never be any type of civilized discussion as to who gets what.
Mike would probably try and get it as a piercing through his wiener.
He would,
Prince Albert.
he would just wish that AMC actually had value.
Oh man. I would wish for lifelike sex android sex bots.
Yeah. I don't think that's really a wish.
Complete with real human skin.
So think of it this way, right? So if you wish for immortality, you'll eventually get them, right?
Yeah, that's true. Jed's thinking the long game.
Yeah, long game.
Yeah, but then you're gonna like think about this though. Immortality means like you'll live till the literal end of time.
Mhm.
You know?
And think of all the sex bots you could collect.
Yeah, but that's only gonna be around for a short while in the grand calculus of the universe. Most of your time is gonna be spent floating in space, waiting for the heat death of the universe.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
No. No. Not in the slightest.
Immortality would be awesome. Not only would you eventually be
going by in moments for you.
You would be filthy rich, right? You would probably, try to be as educated as possible. And you would try to make the best of humanity or the worst of it based upon how your personality is.
Jed would definitely be a fucking villain.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Fucking A.
I've been saying Jed is one lab accident away from being a supervillain.
If Jed was immortal, he'd have time to finish the motion comic.
I would.
Did you ever see that meme? Did you ever see that meme of somebody asking why is it that vampires are always rich in movies? And then the person responds and says, if you've been around since 1797 and you still broke, just walk out into the sunlight.
Yeah, that's true though.
Just being immortal doesn't mean you're financially smart.
Well,
no, but it means you have a lot longer to study,
or just to save your money.
Think Groundhog. I mean, you could learn different skills that could, gain from.
Or even just like having just owning stuff. Like just imagine if you were alive in like 1797 and you have stuff from that time period still in your possession. That shit would probably be worth a lot of fucking money.
That's where I'm going with the Highlander. Look at that movie. The dude had artifacts and stuff. That's how he survived. He just sold all his artifacts and traded stuff. And
If I were to wish for immortality, I would wish for Highlander-style immortals, so that I would have to carry around a sword with me and have to defend myself from other immortals trying to take my head. Because at least that way, it would keep things interesting.
And maybe Sean Connery would show up with his like katana and his awkward accent, the Spanish. There can only be one, and I'm a Spaniard. And I went to Japan and fell in love.
Clancy Brown would be there.
You're immortal, Connor McLeod.
The Queen McLeod.
Happy Halloween, ladies.
I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
There's a chapter in one of the Vampire Chronicles books where they explain how one of the vampires used his time, because they can all read minds and kind of shit like that. So they just use that to be able to figure out finances and shit like that. Just
if you're a vampire, you could write a diary, make a show out of it. Have some 40-some dudes watch it.
Isn't Mike watching that now, or is Vanessa watching it? He's forced to see
Vanessa's
it.
watching it. Yeah.
That
He's
show.
probably watching it, and he's just
for
saying that
sure.
she's watching it.
He's smart enough not to
Into
talk
that
about it.
Yeah.
He's just smart enough not to admit that he's watching it.
Yeah.
Not like me and Kyle. We're chumps.
See that hockey game? No. What? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, Damon was hot in that game.
Yeah, go Eagles.
Damon. I didn't even know who the fuck those characters are.
Damon is Boone from Lost.
No, that's
Oh.
okay. We don't need to know.
Yeah. The less said,
I'm
the
looking
better.
for an explanation. Just make it.
Levy, I went as far as to watch the originals, which I thought was even better. And then I started watching Legacies and I stopped. But Legacies is more of like a kind of.
I heard that was kind of shitty.
I liked it. They keep the lore and stuff going, but it's just it's definitely aimed more toward like a younger crowd.
Yeah. You know the guy that played Elijah? He was actually Jonah Jameson's son in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, word? Yeah, okay. Elijah's my favorite vampire.
You don't hold a candle to Damon.
Damon's
Tyler.
cuter.
Hey Tyler. Yo, best time to watch a Vampire Diaries.
Best time
When
to
you're
watch
folding-
Vampire
When you're
Diaries.
folding the wash or putting on your makeup.
I don't fold my wash, so
Clearly, it must be
Y'all,
makeup time.
you know what
Makeup
y'all
hour.
need? Y'all need some post-nut clarity. That's what you need.
What's that?
You need some post-nut clarity before you go into watching shows like that. Y'all get fucking sidetracked by these attractive women dressed up in like not even real goth clothes. They just got fangs, and you're like, damn.
And sometimes attractive men like Ian Somerhalder.
Bangs.
Man, gay's okay if that's your way.
That is a sexy man. I'm not gonna lie.
has nothing to do with being gay. It's just hot is hot, whether you're a guy or a girl.
It's the
He's a hot
eyeliner.
vampire.
You guys are just into heavy eyeliner.
He's not as hot as Jensen Ackles, so
Man, let's keep moving before we get into some really weird territory that we already are at.
Yeah.
Can you mute that Kyle again?
I can.
Can you believe,
Yes.
believe I'm single?
Are there any other questions, Levy?
No, that was it, man.
Oh, thank God.
Nothing else.
There might be another odd question that will lead us down into some more gay vampire
I have a
conversation.
question. What is the best site on the internet to buy? Like, if I wanted to buy like prints of like people made like art with toys.
Pornhub.
Why? What? Why? That would be hiddentoys.net. You can find us on Etsy since we are now a star
Softball question.
seller.
Search by collection at Brother Kyle.
Softball
Mhm.
question.
Softball. Color, go ahead.
First time, long time.
All right. All right. So no more questions. Does anybody have anything else in
closing?
Thank you.
No.
Not really. I'm thinking about getting the Warhammer competitive circuit. If anyone's interested.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've actually gotten pretty good at list building now. I can build an army with a lot of synergy, and I can play really well on the tabletop. I shouldn't say really well. I can play well enough that I'm confident in my abilities. So like, I'm gonna try and actually make some money off this hobby, which is
What's
something I never thought I'd be able to do.
Strategy competition is pretty hardcore. It's like fucking Grandmaster chess shit, even though it doesn't seem like it.
Most of these guys don't fight in real life, and I do. So like,
Just
win
walking
or
over the
lose, I'm
bat.
still walking home richer.
Hey, Tyler, speaking of tabletop games, did you see that they're doing a Beast Wars Monopoly game?
No, are they really?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's
Like, legit.
awesome.
It is really awesome. But I don't have anybody to play Monopoly with, but I'll probably still get it.
Hey man, when I come to town,
That's a cash grab.
Yeah,
You know
that's
that.
fine.
but that's an appropriate cash grab. That's oh my god, can you believe we made this? Come on, guys, support it.
It's Monopoly.
not a-
It's a literal cash grab.
That's not a fucking
Yeah.
5-centimeter tall Galvatron made of chewing gum for your $600 Unicron
It's
cash grab.
it's cool. There's all the tokens are characters. They have beast modes and bot modes, and the money is like energon. There's energon cubes, and then there's ones that look like the little crystals from the show.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
I'm gonna buy that.
Hey, it's like $50.
I'm never gonna need it. I'm never gonna play it, but I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beast Wars Risk, and I'd fucking buy that shit.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Guys ever buy a Vampire Diaries Monopoly game?
No, but I would. They should make a Buffy Monopoly.
I think they did.
Did they?
I don't know. I just want to talk.
I'm fairly sure that there's a Transformers one already out there.
Oh, there's definitely a Transformers one. Have you seen the Feminist Monopoly?
No.
Oh my God, before we go, there's a Feminist Monopoly. It's so funny, man. Because, like, it was the only Monopoly at our Toys R Us up here. Yes, we still have Toys R Us in Canada. Suck it. But it was the only one that was on sale, like, marked down to clearance. But it's called Miss Monopoly. The first game where women make more than men.
Oh my God.
It's a real thing, bros.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fucking hysterical.
Would they replace the thimble with like a wine glass?
I don't know. I didn't buy it. I don't think anybody did.
You know, they give you like a wine glass, a sandwich. What else could there be?
Vacuum.
What'd you say? You say a vag vacuum?
No, that's not what I said.
What?
Am I the only one that heard that?
There is a Transformers Monopoly.
Oh, yeah, you could have went with a dildo instead. That would probably have been or a vibrator.
Jesus Christ.
Dad, whatever
Right?
you do, don't name this episode Vag Vacuum.
I will not.
There's not a Vampire Diaries. There's a Vampire Diaries board game. There's a Supernatural Monopoly.
Ooh. I was gonna say this.
Vacuum is the title of my next upcoming mixtape.
I think I mentioned this once before, but a long time ago in the 80s or the 90s, they actually made a Monopoly game out of the town that I live in, and everybody was pissed because, like, you know, certain streets were like the shit streets.
My God.
Yeah, that was a big fuck you for like a lot of people.
That's amazing. They should do that for some, like, just other random cities and just call out the ghettos.
Could you imagine like a Detroit Monopoly or a Compton Monopoly?
Yeah, you go to 8 Mile.
8 Mile, Capernaum Green Monopoly. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
Comes with 9mm.
Yeesh.
There's a Gargoyles board game that I want to get, but
I have the
Are we done
Beast Wars
yet?
card game.
I was gonna say, now that I've created a lot of content that I must edit out,
All your fault.
let's go around the hoop. Brother Kyle, do you have anything in closing?
no. Thanks for giving me permission to join the chat. I
You
appreciate
are
that.
welcome. Anytime.
And
Try.
if anybody's interested, you can find me on Instagram at Brother Kyle. That's brother with an A. And you can buy my art prints on hiddentoys.net.
Kyle with a K.
Kyle with a K, yes.
I thought about you the other day, just out of nowhere. My daughter came around the corner and I was looking at her, and she just come out. And she saw me staring at her because she was doing something, and she looked up at me and she goes, "You eyeballing me, bro?"
Throw a monster can at you.
Yeah, right.
Hit you in the head with a white claw.
Tyler, do you have anything in closing?
Yeah, sorry for joining. I know I wasn't invited, but I am the
No.
cancer that you can't get rid of, so haha.
Everyone was invited.
I didn't get the invite, so
Well, that's because you're like Levy. You don't read the chat often.
it's probably somewhere in my Canadian mail system that is garbage.
Josh, do you have anything in closing?
Nothing funny.
No.
No, I got nothing. I
No.
tapped out. I mean,
You could leave
Thanks,
us with something
everybody.
depressing. You'd be like a depressing thing.
well, I found out my toaster is waterproof.
You get a Groundhog Day.
That's the worst feeling, man.
That's the best. I also appreciate your yardstick joke. I thought that was
thank
quite
you. Oh
humorous.
my God.
I thought
That
that
was
was
good.
Please tell everyone. Tell everyone real quick. Let's listen.
It's just like the worst news I've ever gotten in my life. Like, I cannot believe that the company that makes yardsticks, they're not making them any longer.
Mm-hmm.
So I used that joke. I read the chat while I was at dinner with my wife, and I read the joke to her, and she was like, "Oh no, why? What happened to them?"
Yeah.
You should
I
have
was
seen.
like, "Honey, they're just not making them any longer." She's like, "I don't get it."
Josh always has the best dad jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Found
You know,
my
as someone
toast
that's-
was
We're not making them any longer. Okay.
You just get the joke.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit for Levy to get stuff.
Oh, as someone that is not a father, I just feel like it's necessary to tell dad jokes.
You
As
think
a
you can tell
father,
enough dad jokes? So one will
I
stick
don't
with you?
tell dad jokes.
That was mean. I shouldn't have said that.
I didn't say anything. I didn't hear what you said.
Listen back to the episode.
Okay. Oh, happy 4th of July, everybody.
There you
It's
go.
July 1st, being Canada Day, so happy Canada Day.
What is Canada Day?
Boxing Day.
It's the day we celebrate Canada,
Canada.
you know, the country that murdered all those indigenous children and hid them under a church. It seems like everyone's forgotten about that shit, which is insane to me. I went to work, I think it was yesterday. What's today? Friday, right? Yeah, I went to work yesterday before our mandatory shutdown, and I wore my Every Child Matters shirt because like it's Canada Day. And I thought there would be more people wearing that shit, but no, everyone just seemed to forgot that there was that big thing where they found like thousands of bodies underneath a church. But whatever.
Whoops.
Sorry, you said depressing. I couldn't let Josh get away with that joke. I needed to top him.
Okay.
We murdered a lot more indigenous people than we did. That's that I'm sure.
Sorry, I don't speak underwater. Sorry, can you say it again, but closer to the mic?
Oh, I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
All right.
If I ever had one.
Holy Christ, Chad, you're on a tight shipwreck.
I know, right? Jared, the machine. Anything in closing?
I was going to say happy Canada Day and then happy 4th of July to everybody. If you have any Molson Ice, you should drink it. Molson beer. So that's Canadian beer. I got Triple X out in my fridge. I have to give that a whirl.
Molson Canadian is my favorite beer.
That's an
Yeah,
ale,
I like-
actually.
I like
Isn't
Molson. I like pretty much anything Molson. I just got the Triple X. I'm going to try that. It's like 7.3.
Yeah. We drank that on my 21st birthday. They actually said that then we went to a strip club.
Nice.
It was a Labatt's Blue or Molson Canadian, right? That was the big Pepsi Coke thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had Canadian beer because down in Florida we don't get it. So,
Moosehead's a good one too.
but yeah, happy have a good weekend, everybody. And I'm gonna my in-laws are going out of town, so it's gonna be me and the fam chilling like a villain in the Bangor community pool.
I have a feeling that's what a lot of people are doing this holiday. They're just kind of laying back and relaxing,
for
chilling,
sure.
not really throwing parties or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grill some burgers and stuff for the kids and drink beer,
Yeah,
watch some TV.
I think I'm gonna smoke some stuff
Ooh,
and on the grill, like
Oh, okay.
turkey and meat.
mashed.
Levy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything in closing, Levy?
No.
Not like a no.
No. Okay. All right,
If you
guys.
think about it, trees are just the slow motion explosions of seeds.
There you go.
Christ, man. Wow.
All right, on three, everybody. Let's do that. Kyle.
What? Yeah, I'm here. What?
On
What the
three,
hell was
runs
that?
dryer.
Yeah, did you start your car inside your room?
Wow,
Are you drying your hair, man?
No, it's my air conditioner. It's been on the whole time.
Oh, well, we suddenly heard it.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Octave.
Anyway,
Yes,
on three.
it's not.
Okay, everybody, on three. Enough's enough. Right? 1, 2, 3.
And
Enough's
that's
enough.
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 Yeah,
We're
right.
out.
Enough's enough. We're out.
Wow,
Oh,
you guys
fuck
suck.
off, Levy.
Wow, everyone is terrible.
Oh,
Out.
worst podcast ever.